So today is definitely a good day to be in the Netherlands. Max Verstappen fans are rejoicing. He's on pole position for the first time in his home Grand Prix, the first race here since 1985, but Lewis Hamilton starts alongside him. 5 points in the title, separate the two. It's going to be a good day here at Zandvoort. After the no race we had in Belgium, we move on to the second race in the triple header. Welcome to the Netherlands for the Dutch Grand Prix. It's round 13 on the calendar. Next weekend we're in Tifosi land at Monza, Italy, before a 2-week break before we go to Russia, and then 2 weeks later it's the Turkish Grand Prix, now on a new date of the 8th to the 10th of October. 2 weeks time, then it's United States Grand Prix, followed then by another triple header, starting off with Mexico on the 7th of November, Brazil on the 14th, and a to-be-confirmed race on the 21st that is rumoured to be back for the first time at Qatar at the Losail International Circuit. Saudi Arabia and Abu Dhabi remain on their original dates to round out the season in December. In terms of the Drivers' Championship, Lewis Hamilton is still the leader on 202.5 points. He's only 3 points back to Max Verstappen on a 199.5. Lucky half points will not decide this title like he did in 1984 against Lando and Prost. Then it's Lando Norris now back in third place ahead of Valtteri Bottas. Sergio Perez leads Carlos Sainz on by 83.5. Then it's Charles Leclerc in 7th, Danny Ricciardo 8th, Pierre Gasly 9th, and Esteban Ocon rounds out in 10th place. On the second page, no one's really moved around. Alonso still 11th, followed by Vettel, Tsunoda, Stroll 14th. George Russell now gets 13 points on the board with second place at the Belgian Grand Prix. He's ahead of his teammate Nicolas Latifi. Kimi Raikkonen is 17th, a point ahead of Antonio Giovinazzi, and still no points for Haas with Mick Schumacher and Nikita Mazepin. In the Constructors' Championship, Mercedes lead the way on 310.5 points, 7 points back at Red Bull Racing on 303.5. The battle for third between McLaren and Ferrari heating up, with McLaren being ahead of Ferrari by 4.5 points. Then go down the order, we will see the fact that Alpine are battling AlphaTauri, there are 8 points between them as well. Aston Martin is sneaking up on that battle. Williams now on 20 points, they've scored more than Red Bull in the last 2 races. Alfa Romeo only have 3, and still no points on the board for Haas. The Dutch fans are all in orange. Formula 1 returns to Zandvoort for the Dutch Grand Prix, and it is seconds away. Who will be victorious here at Zandvoort? Hello everybody, welcome to the pre-race show as well as we get ready for this amazing Grand Prix. The Max Verstappen fans are out in force as well, and just like I said, we'll put orange on the microphone for the pre-show as well, because orange has covered this entire circuit ever since Formula 1 arrived here on Friday morning as well. 109,000 Dutch fans with a sea of orange as well. It's just a great party atmosphere to get into. Today, however, we could see the first Dutch winner at the Dutch Grand Prix, even when it was on the calendar back in the 1950s all the way to 1985. The highest Dutch finisher was only 14th on this field as well. It should be a good day. But let's head all the way back in time to Friday and take a look at what happened in the practice sessions as well. Well, in the first practice session, it was all eyes up front because it was Lewis Hamilton who set the fastest time as well on a 1:11.5. But it wasn't that much of a session, despite the fact that Max Verstappen went second and Sainz third, Leclerc fourth, Bottas fifth. The hour running was mandated down to 25 minutes, a 35-minute red flag period because of Sebastian Vettel's car having an MGUK failure. That's the kinetic failure as well, and the car triggering as well, saying that it was live, which meant the marshals had to put the marigold gloves on as well and take it all the way back on the low loader. So that stopped proceedings for quite a long time as well, which means we didn't get really that much running or that much proper running as well. So after that red flag period, everyone just headed out to the track as well, just to do some practice runs as well around. Everyone was very impressed with the new circuit as well. They were already out there saying, yeah, this is going to be a great one. This is going to be a difficult one to overtake on. Qualifying is going to be key, all that lot as well. The one thing that I liked as well coming into it as well is about the fact that the marshals here in the orange blend into the crowd, who are all in orange as well. You just cannot tell who's who this weekend. It's absolutely fantastic. But a disrupted first practice session didn't leave much on the board, so let's take a look at the times from FP1. Lewis Hamilton tops the first practice session on a 1:11.500. Max Verstappen is P2 on 1:11.597. Carlos Sainz is third on 1:11.601. Charles Leclerc fourth on 1:11.623. Valtteri Bottas P5 on 1:11.738. Fernando Alonso is P6 on 1:12.158. Esteban Ocon P7 on 1:12.231. Antonio Giovinazzi is P8 on 1:12.359. Lance Stroll P9 on 1:12.431. And Pierre Gasly top 10 on 1:12.515. Lando Norris is P11 on 1:12.679. Nicholas Latifi is 12th on 1:12.907. Kimi Raikkonen 13th on a 1:13.053. Danny Ricciardo is 14th at 1:13.081. George Russell is in 15th at 1:13.181. Sergio Perez is 16th on a 1:13.328. Nikita Mazepin is 17th at 1:13.516. Mick Schumacher 18th at 1:13.847. Sebastian Vettel 19th at 1:15.984. And Yuki Tsunoda setting no time on the board. Free practice 2 started very dramatically in the first 4 minutes as well. Lewis Hamilton stopped out on the track with an oil pressure issue as well. It cut down all his running, so he's only had about 25 minutes of practice going into Saturday qualifying as well. So Lewis very much off the ball here this weekend as well. Ferrari massively impressive. Carlos Sainz P2, teammate Charles Leclerc P1 overall as well. Alpine looking strong. Bottas ahead of Verstappen as well. He rounded out in 5th place on the board. A lot of good stuff coming into this one. Nikita Mazepin brought out the second red flag of the second practice session as well. Third red flag of the day after he went off into the gravel trap down at the turn 10 and 11 and 12 chicane area on the track as well. It was a clean run for everyone though as well. Sebastian Vettel got a lot more laps in, so did Yuki Tsunoda, who got limited in first practice. A nice clean session out there. Despite 2 red flags, it was still very, very exciting, and definitely the roar is up for Max Verstappen as well. Let's take a look at the times from FP2. Charles Leclerc tops the second practice session on a 1:10.902. Carlos Sainz is second on 1:11.056. Esteban Ocon is third on a 1:11.074. Valtteri Bottas is fourth on 1:11.132. Max Verstappen fifth on 1:11.264. Fernando Alonso P6 on 1:11.280. Pierre Gasly 7th on 1:11.462. Lando Norris 8th on 1:11.488. Antonio Giovinazzi is 9th on 1:11.678. And Sebastian Vettel is 10th on 1:11.713. Lewis Hamilton is 11th on a 1:11.911. Sergio Perez is 12th on 1:11.946. Yuki Tsunoda 13th on 1:12.096. Lance Stroll 14th at 1:12.136. Danny Ricciardo 15th at 1:12.157. Kimi Raikkonen 16th at 1:12.206. Mick Schumacher is 17th on a 1:12.607. Nicholas Latifi 18th on a 1:12.610. Nikita Mazepin 19th at 1:12.835. And George Russell is 20th on a 1:12.855. For the first time this weekend, Max Verstappen topped a practice session and Holland went into raptures as well. On his first flying laps on the soft tyre as well, near the end of the session he did a 1:09.623. He was 5/10 quicker than Bottas. Hamilton slotted into third place as well with the problems from yesterday fixed over as well, so he had a cleaner run for the remainder. And Perez was fourth and Alonso P5. Alpine and Ferrari looking very strong here this weekend if they get the act together in the race as well. Possibility of a podium, possibility as well of very high points slights. That's going to disadvantage McLaren in their constructors battle between McLaren, Scuderia and Alpine as well. Further down the order, Lando Norris survived. He went through a trip into the gravel trap, though, down at turn 9. But it was a bad session for Carlos Sainz. Ferrari needed him to perform. He ends up performing into the barrier. Back off at the top of turn 3 as well. Slung the car around, completely backslid as he went for the pressure and went into the wall as well. Front left suspension done, rear left suspension done, front wing cracked, floor cracked, rear wing cracked as well. Big rebuild job for qualifying. They did manage to get it out, but more on that later on as well. But a very interesting session. Another red flag as well. Let's take a look at the times from FP3, and on the other side, it's qualifying. Max Verstappen tops the third practice session on a 1:09.623. It is then in second for Valtteri Bottas, a 1:10.179. Lewis Hamilton third, a 1:10.417. Sergio Perez is fourth on a 1:10.526. Fernando Alonso P5, a 1:10.670. Lando Norris is sixth on a 1:10.781. Lance Stroll seventh, a 1:10.842. Sebastian Vettel eighth, a 1:10.872. Charles Leclerc is ninth on a 1:10.896. And Pierre Gasly is 10th on a 1:11.005. Danny Ricciardo is 11th on a 1:11.013. Nicholas Latifi 12th on 1:11.083. Esteban Ocon 13th on a 1:11.180. George Russell 14th, 1:11.274. Antonio Giovinazzi is 15th on 1:11.299. Carlos Sainz 16th on a 1:11.940. Yuki Tsunoda 17th on 1:11.980. Nikita Mazepin 18th on 1:12.136. Robert Kubica 19th on a 1:12.162, completing 28 laps. Schumacher is in 20th, a 1:12.366. On to qualifying then, and with Kimi Raikkonen contracting COVID-19, it meant that Robert Kubica was put into the car for practice 3. He did 38 laps as well, but only getting an hour of practice before into qualifying. He was very much in the deep zone as well. However, he managed to qualify 18th on the grid, ahead of Schumacher and ahead of Mazepin as well. A fantastic effort there from the Polish driver, making his 98th Grand Prix start in Formula 1, just one off that of Jackie Stewart, of course. Further down as well, Perez and Vettel was big up there as well, but Perez having a shock exit as well in this first part of qualifying, meaning he went down to 16th place, as well as Vettel, Kubica, Schumacher and Mazepin being the drivers eliminated. However, Red Bull have decided to do a very tactical thing. They're going to start Perez from the pit lane and have a tactical penalty. So he's going to take a 4th power unit and everything else he needs to. Brand new everything on Sergio Perez's car as well. A tactical penalty that could help the team later on in the season when Max has to take it as well. It was good though. Lando Norris scraped through in P15, but an early exit as well, because everybody on the last lap, we all thought, oh, this is quite a good qualifying session, but no. At the last seconds of qualifying 1, they all backed up into the last 2 corners as well. Schumacher was ahead of Mazepin. Mazepin didn't like that and went to the inside of the track as well, massively blocking a very fast Sebastian Vettel, who had to take avoiding action as well. Mazepin was called to the stewards. No further action on the matter. But that lap, that manoeuvre by Mazepin meant that Vettel couldn't improve his lap and he was out of qualifying. So Vettel very, very angry at Nikita Mazepin, but tell us something we don't know. So it was Perez, Vettel, Kubica, Schumacher and Mazepin eliminated in qualifying number 1. On to qualifying number 2, and this is really where it gets bizarre. 2 red flags, both caused by a Williams. George Russell coming out of turn 14 on a push lap, backed off, got on the curb a little bit and pushed too hard. The car immediately spatting around 180 degrees and backwards into the wall. Michael Masi threw out the red flag, despite the fact that George was able to get back to the pit lane and there was actually no damage on the car. The rules state if you cause a red flag, you're not allowed to continue. So Michael Masi getting a lot of flack for that as well, being too trigger happy on the red flag button. The session restarted with under 4 minutes to go, and then, of course, Lewis Hamilton was gearing up for another lap, and Nicholas Latifi, who had a shot at qualifying 3, ended up backwards into the wall, very hard down at turn 8 as well, breaking the rear ring and possibly damaging the gearbox as well with a very heavy accident. They were all okay, but that is Latifi out as well. So that session did not resume, which meant it was Russell, Stroll, Norris, Latifi and Tsunoda getting eliminated. It was a very unusual elimination as well. Left a very unusual top 10 shootout, but still, we'll take it. On to qualifying 3 then, and this is what happened. Verstappen sent the absolute raptures around Holland by taking pole position as well, with a stunning lap time as well. He set the pace right at the blocks as well. He was 3/10 quicker than Bottas with the fastest lap of the weekend. He then went and improved it in the last seconds of qualifying as well, but there was nothing either Hamilton or Bottas could do. 108.885 for Verstappen, Hamilton a 108.923, Bottas a 109.222 as well. Gasly's P4 on the grid, great job there as well. When Perez fails, Gasly's always up there as well to help with AlphaTauri. Ferrari lock out the next row as well. Row 3, Leclerc ahead of Sainz, just like they did last weekend at the Belgian Grand Prix. Giovinazzi having an amazing qualifying going into P7. Ocon is P8, Alonso P9, and Ricciardo down in P10 as well. An interesting qualifying lineup as well. It's certainly going to be a great race coming into this one. Okay, it's almost time to go to the commentary box. Alongside me will be Megan Birch and Ian Birch as well for the 71 lap Dutch Grand Prix. Let's take a look around Zandvoort as well with Lap Attack. On the other side, it's watch-along commentary for the Dutch Grand Prix. Hamilton versus Verstappen. It's going to be a classic. Stay with us after this. Let's take a look around Zandvoort, a 4.259 kilometre circuit, 72 laps ahead of us. First time we've been here since 1985. The circuit's been on the calendar though since 1952. Start the lap at the exit of turn 14, flat out as you approach the line in 8th gear. Come down towards the banked turn 1. Down now to 3rd gear, 70 miles an hour. Put the power down mid-exit as well. Control the rear slide as you head up towards turn 2. 6th gear, 130 kilometers an hour. Blind as you come down to turn 3 as well. 50 miles an hour in 2nd gear. Banked, power mid-exit as you approach up turns 4 and 5. Flat out segment of the track in 8th gear. Turn 6 then catches up on you. Drop down 7th gear, 150 miles per hour before you come into the braking zone of turn 7. Drop down 6th gear, 140. Lift, flat out, watch out for the gravel sand. Turn 8, 3rd gear, down into 80 miles an hour. The same, drop 5 more miles per hour to turn 9, 3rd gear. Hairpin left-hander, overspeed of the exit could lead into a spin. Open up the DRS as you approach into turn 10. Drop once again down to 3rd gear, 75 miles an hour. Heavy braking zone, lot of lockups possible. Into turn 11 and 12, 2nd gear, up to 4th gear now at 105 miles an hour. A short switch back right so it was easy to spin as well as you approach turn 13. Let the car grind its way through as you approach the banking. Flat out 7th gear, you reach 8 as you approach the line, and that is a lap of Zandvoort. For the first time since 1985, we are back at the popular fishing town seaside resort. No, it's not Grimsby, but it's Zandvoort. We are back in the Netherlands by popular demand of just one driver, the young gun charger Max Verstappen. and he's 26,000 fans who have travelled here by either bicycle or public transport have been rolling into this track since 10 a.m. this morning. 13,159 days since the last Grand Prix when Niki Lauda took victory back in 1985. The track has changed since then. It's now a 2.646-mile circuit, 3 sectors, 2 DRS zones. It's more of a club circuit as well. We've seen a lot of great racing in the lower formulas of Formula 3 and the W Series. What can Formula 1 deliver? It's not used to being an action zone, but turn 1 back in 1977, Hunt versus Andretti making contact as well. Hunt won the race from McLaren in 75 and 76. So back in 1985, it's only right that Lauda won the last Grand Prix here. He was in a long season-long battle with his arch-rival Alain Prost, described as the greatest driver he's ever raced against. 3 tyre compounds to keep your eyes on here today. The C1 hard or the white tyre, the yellow C2 medium and the C3 soft compound tyre as well. And in terms of the starting grid, there was no doubt who puts it on pole position. The local hero, Max Verstappen, on pole position for the 10th time in his career, definitely making it the perfect 10. Lewis Hamilton starts alongside him. The second row sees Valtteri Bottas alongside Pierre Gasly, definitely picking up where Perez makes a mistake. The third row, an all-Ferrari affair. Charles Leclerc is alongside Carlos Sainz. Row 4, Antonio Giovinazzi alongside Esteban Ocon. The fifth row of the grid and rounding out the top 10, Fernando Alonso and Daniel Ricciardo, looking quite quick this weekend in the McLaren. He's had a good running since FP3. George Russell crashed in qualifying, starts 11th alongside Lance Stroll in the 6th row. Row 7, Lando Norris alongside Yuki Tsunoda. The 8th row of the grid and 15th and 16th, Sebastian Vettel alongside Robbie Kubica, in for the first time since 2019's Abu Dhabi, replacing Kimi Raikkonen. The last row of the grid, yes, the last row, on row 9, Mick Schumacher is 17th, Nikita Mazepin is 18th, and both the 10th row starters from the pit lane is Nicholas Latifi and Sergio Perez. Sergio Perez, required to start from the pit lane. He's had an additional power unit element used, and also he has car modified under the parc-fermé conditions. The same applies to Nicholas Latifi, but he has replaced his gearbox. Robbie Kubica replaces Kimi Raikkonen, who's contracted the COVID-19 pandemic virus. He's already back in his home in Switzerland. He's down in 18th, and in 7th, equaling his best ever qualifying, is Antonio Giovinazzi, hoping to score points for Alfa Romeo here today. But it's all eyes up front. 4th place as well, has qualified in the top 6 at the last 10 of the 13 races this year. Pierre Gasly looking quite strong as well. But it's the front row with Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen, who's really the one to watch as well. Bottas, who could be out of a drive for next year as well. He's already looking to try and secure that other seat at Alfa Romeo as well further down. But the front row, the 2 title contenders, Lewis Hamilton leads the title on 202.5 points. 3 points back is Max Verstappen, 199.5 points as well. The Dutch fans, all 109,000 of them, are only here to see Max Verstappen win. Ian Birch and Megan Birch alongside me in the commentary box. Boy, did they deliver yesterday in qualifying. First to you, Dad.
Yeah, that was a good qualifying. I like the track. I like the way it gives... it's like a roller coaster, as Ted said, and... that's the one good thing. This track used to be so flat, right, and smaller than this. But you've got two Mercedes drivers and 2 Red Bull drivers on the first 4 positions there, but not the right Red Bull driver. Gasly has taken the place of Perez, who's starting from the pit lane.
Megan, Lewis Hamilton is going for as the formation lap begins now. We are underway as well for the formation lap, so the timers will tick down, the green lights go on. Lewis Hamilton here going for his 100th Grand Prix victory on Dutch territory. Max Verstappen going for the lead of the title. Whoever wins between them today will lead the title going into Monza next weekend. The anticipation is high, isn't it? The tension's high.
It is incredibly high right now, and I don't think the Dutch fans will be very happy if Max doesn't win this. So I'm really hoping that he doesn't, crash.
Is it a Silverstone situation coming in?
Let's hope not.
Talk us through the strategy guide, Megs.
Yeah, because it's not very good. If you're starting on softs and on a one-stop, then you're going to be pitting around lap 25 to 30. However, if you start on the mediums, then you're going to pit around lap 27 to 32. and both going onto hard tyres.
In terms of the starting tyres, the top 10 starting on the softs at the moment, as far as I can tell.
Beth says about the fact that Simon earlier on thought that Kelly Piquet was Max Verstappen's mum. Now, you've got to, in some ways, he didn't have his monitor on, so he couldn't see. He was seeing on the Sky Italia's monitor what was going on, and they do look the same because they both use the same hair dye.
Yeah, they do, and I suppose it's interesting to see. Listen!
L'Oreal number 108, I believe.
Just listen, in the background, the Dutch fans absolutely cheering over the back of the picture.
By the way, Mrs. Verstappen, Jos Verstappen's wife, would like to say to the world, thank you to Simon for thinking that I am a woman 20 years younger, or, you know.
They're coming out.
Because if that you thought that was me, then I must have been Kelly.
They're coming out of the Argent botch corner then, the last corner, 14 turns, 2 DRS zones as well to get your grips on this weekend. Down towards turn 1, Max Verstappen will start on the left-hand side of the grid. Lewis Hamilton starts on the right as well.
So, you know, so Max is on the left-hand side.
I've already got that lined up from the start. Don't. I've been writing that down so much over the past couple of hours.
Do you know this sea of orange?
Hold on, I just need to quickly run out.
Well, we're all on for the start. Okay, go, quick. They're coming to the lights. Procedure as well. Formation lap button. It's a 72-lap race ahead of us as well. The cars forming up on the back as well. And look at this. How 1980s does this look, you two? They're already a little bit out of position. It's the smallest grid of the year. It's smaller than Monaco as well as they come down towards turn 1.
There is one thing we should mention before the start, right? Michael Massey has said that stacking during the race is not allowed.
Lights are coming on. Lewis Hamilton will be looking to punch the Dutchie who starts on the left-hand side. It's Formula 1 in the Netherlands for the first time in 35 years. Action at Zandvoort. And the Dutch fans roar as Max Verstappen cuts across Hamilton down towards turn 1 at Tarzan. Bottas tries to go around the outside. Two Ferraris already having a little battle. Round Tarzan we go. It's a good start. Up now towards the banked corner, turn 3. Two Ferraris only looking big battle. McLaren's involved too. Everyone gets through cleanly, and that's a surprise. We thought there was going to be a massive accident, but it's a great start so far.
There nearly was.
Oh, and that's Giovinazzi nearly touching the back of Carlos Sainz as well. And Alonso's in there too. And off goes Giovinazzi as well. Giovinazzi getting another touch as Alonso goes on the inside. So does Ocon.
Yeah, as you can see, great start by everybody. Everybody was expecting Crash Fest Zandvoort at between turns 1 and 3. But they've all been really, really well behaved there.
That was close, though.
Yeah, very close down the sand dunes as we approach turn 9 and 10 as well. Look at Max Verstappen, a 1.679 second advantage already as a Hurtle now through the 11-12 hand chicane as well. A few cars locking up as well. No one's got a damaged rear wing though, or front wing crucially. And there goes well, that's a problem as well. The orange smoke bombs on the side of the track, that blinds visibility a lot. Megan?
Round turn 2, there was almost a bit of contact since they went 3 abreast, and we were already on lap 2. That was very quick.
Very quick lap time.
When you can.
And here we are, the first overtake.
Yeah, it's Schumacher trying to go around the outside.
Trying to go around the outside, but actually not making it and having to use the runoff there.
Mazepin stays in 17th place. Schumacher in 19th as well. That's Sebastian Vettel making a move there on the inside of Yuki Tsunoda. Kubica's actually moved up into 16th place. Great start from him at the moment in the board as well. He started 16th, but he's held on to 16th, but he did get passed by Mazepin. So he's repassed Mazepin at least.
It looks like Ricciardo's trying to really get Ocon right now, since he's literally just like looking between everything, just like, where can I get you? Where can I get you?
Left and right, right and left as we switch over to driver tracker mode as well at the moment up here in the box as well as they come down the back straightaway once again. Everyone just trying
Team
to
Radio
hope.
Russell.
Ricciardo is smoking and dropping oil.
And that's Danny Ricciardo smoking. Now we saw on the way to the grid. I think you've got this, Dad.
Yeah, we saw on the way to the grid. It was all checked out. and they thought it was okay, but there's obviously a crack in that. That engine's about to blow.
So if that blows as well, that'll just boil all over the track. So maybe we'll have a red flag for an oil spill. It's a short track here, so not a lot of room to clear up as well and put the oil down. So Ricciardo's in trouble. He's smoking already. That might put Russell back into the points. It's a 1:14.978 for Verstappen. He leads with the fastest lap. He's got 2 seconds already to Hamilton. Megan.
Still, if Russell can see that from where he is, and he is 2 cars behind, being in 11th when Ricciardo is in 9th, then that means Giovinazzi's getting a full brought of it, so it's even heavier than it is.
McLaren thought that when they did all the tests on the grid, and they even put the temperature zones in up the exhaust pipes and things like that, and they seemed to think that it was a oil overflow. So if it continues for the next 3 laps, it won't be. It is a crack. And we suspect
Antonio,
it's a
data
crack.
looking.
Oh, there was a crash at the back.
Keep pushing.
Was
Data
that
looking.
Latifi? Latifi. Oh no, it's George Russell. Russell ran into the back of somebody.
Latifi started
In the pit lane, yeah, so it was definitely Russell. Russell ran into the back of one of the Alpines then. Did he damage the front wing? How lucky was he? Hit the back of Ocon, but managed to hold on as Ocon decided to go rallying around the outside. He's eventually been passed by Alonso, though.
And it looks like Giovinazzi was having
Pushed by
very
Sainz.
much- Yeah.
Oh, and hit that Alpine of Ocon has just been in the walls with everybody so far today. And here's Schumacher out of the banking turn 14, pulls to the inside. Mazepin pushing it towards the pit wall. And that is annoying. That's why Schumacher tried around
That's
the
why
outside.
Schumacher had to go around the outside of the curb.
That is unbelievable for Mazepin. He pushed his own teammate towards the pit wall.
No, it isn't. There's no love lost between
Again,
them
2 days in a row.
Yeah, well, we saw Mazepin do that, of course, back in his Formula 2 days as well, back in Bahrain as well. Verstappen a 1:14.813.
Suggest scratch 7.
As that's Ocon making a move as well, trying to get ahead of Alonso, and does so. So Ocon into 7th.
I do believe there is pressure being made to bear by the Schumacher family and extended family to move Mick to Alfa Romeo. But there's also there's 3 other teams trying to get their spare drivers in that team. So
Callum Eilert, Robert Schwartzman, all the same as well. As we
Race
come back
control,
up, DRS enabled, yeah. Now, what was I just going to point out? Oh, Beth as well in the group chat is saying one of those Sky... Oh, yeah, Ahem as well. What are you pointing to? That's right.
Username.
Robin Van... Oh, Jats Verstappen. Ah, she changed it again.
what Beth is saying is that there's a strong smell in the air, and it's not just orange flare smoke.
Oh, I see. That's what you're on about.
Well,
I need to move that out of the way.
It's legal in Holland, so,
Perez got past Mick. So
And
Perez
side by side, the 2 Alpines. Alonso back round the outside at turn 3, gets ahead back of Ocon. Ocon and Alonso as well, really in a battle. And a circuit, you have to say, Megan, similar to what they had last time out as well, as looking quite quick. Megan.
Mick has pit.
Oh, yeah, Schumacher pits.
He's pitted. I'm wondering, was there more
Hamilton?
to that little thing than it's like?
Gonna struggle to keep this face.
So Hamilton struggling on the soft tyres. What tyre was Mick on when he came into the pits? Mick was on softs as well, so unless the soft tyres have already started going...
There was an
as well. He's
interesting
put
thing
hards
on.
Yeah.
on the grid. Christian tried to talk it down,
That's
but
20 laps early.
for the second time in 4 races, they had to get the Max's engine cover up on the grid and get some air into it.
It's so hot.
So, and... the tyres also get very hot in this sort of heat. There's a strong wind, and it's a cooling wind off the sea
just
today.
watch turn 9 exit, giving the rears a
it's
hard
still
time
a
there.
problem.
That was Alonso using his IndyCar experience and going high on the banking. Let's
He
take
had
a
a
look.
little bit of a brake smoke there.
Here's replay of Alonso, lap 1, and he was barging around with everybody. Look, so there goes a little shot from the back. That's Russell. Russell hitting the Ocon, and then Ocon hits off Alonso, left and right. And coming down into turn 2, Ocon has a rear brake issue as well, swings it right round the outside to the high side of the banking, and just says, I've been at IndyCar, I've raced the Indy 500, I know my way around an oval and how to do it. He's using that oval experience.
He is, and I've got to say, Ocon is all over the place today. He's barging into everyone, and he needs to be careful.
The one thing you do in oval is you go up onto the top of the oval and you come down.
Oh, Ocon radio.
Front door of the extremely slow in front.
Oh my goodness me! How the tables have turned! Fernando, you are extremely slow. Can you let our come back? Confirm you understood that message?
Extremely slow in front.
Was Alonso doing that at turn 3 because of the fact
Yeah.
that there's bumps as you come out of out of turn 3? The reason a lot of them have been taking it quite low is that there's bumps on the middle section, and
he
so
not know
they've been trying
safety?
to avoid that. But Alonso obviously is doing the opposite. He's going to the top of it.
I feel like the levels aren't right.
They are.
I feel like they
Big
are.
lock up from Sergio Perez.
No,
Is he trying to go over to 18th
I don't
place?
mean on us. I mean on the
World feed.
world feed bit, because last time there was like a massive thing. It was like shouted in my ear.
Oh, that's just you.
I think it might have been like knocked or something.
Well, it wasn't us, it was them. As we see at the moment as well. Just thinking as well, how would that radio message to Alonso go? Okay, Fernando, Esteban is faster than you. Can you confirm you understood that message? Just have a
He's
complete
put- on
turnaround.
I
the
can
three
imagine
out-
his response. It's like, yeah, I understand it.
Beth
He
put
can crash for all I care.
Hang on, go on.
Beth put 3 arrows on the chat.
No,
Does
earlier
that mean
oh, Danny Ricciardo. Oh, your earlier prediction, Beth. Yeah, to Danny Ricciardo retiring. She said that at the top of the show in the pre-show. Let's hear from Valtteri.
Just play the long game.
Just play the long game for Valtteri. He's definitely number 2. He's 3 seconds off of Verstappen now at the moment.
So
I
they
understand
want.
now.
So
Yeah.
they want him to play a Doctor Who episode.
In terms of this as well, Perez has made up 5 places on the start. Bottas has apparently made up 6, apparently, according to this monitor. Not sure how good that is. There's blue flags already at lap 8, and that's for Mick Schumacher.
One of the great things about the fans here, it's a new track, and they've been able to
Yeah.
put the stands, the new stands, in the positions that give everybody a great view and enhance the thing. When you come around that last corner, the first thing you see is the Dutch fans
Yeah.
all in orange on the left-hand side. And I still think that yesterday, in that
hang on.
qualifying
Hang on,
lap,
sorry.
Yeah, but yeah. I
when
don't want to get
when-
close to Sainz.
That's Alonso.
Understood.
That's Alonso saying that I'm slow on the track, and he is actually. Look, because look, there's the gap to Alonso. Sainz ahead of him. Alonso now holding up a massive amount of train in that second sector. Back to you.
Yeah, when Max came round that on his fastest lap, when he came round that last corner and saw them, I think he thought he pressed the DRS button because there's nobody said anything about the fact there was any problem in the DRS. Why is Schumacher
Greyed out.
Thank you.
out?
He's
That's
a
what I
lap
was trying
down.
to point out.
He's a lap down. That's why he's been greyed out. He's a lap down.
Oh, that explains it. I thought he's
so
not out, is he?
we've got
Yeah.
a different
Timing monitor.
timing monitor.
Yeah.
Leclerc, plan B.
So he's going longer stop. He's on the soft, isn't he? Yeah. So he's on presumably the later laps, lap 27 stopping. That's a long time to get these tyres going if you don't want to take them to hards.
Haas couldn't even manage to.
Prix overheating, very hard to follow.
You see what I mean?
Yeah,
Copy
that's
that.
Stroll.
Rears are going up now. Rears are reaching peaks.
Stroll being told that the rear tyre. Well, Stroll telling the team the rear tyres are going off as well. I'm trying to wait until the points come up because I want to see. Because I think I saw Verstappen as a 5-point advantage. Who's this in the pit lane? Sergio Perez.
Perez has changed his tyres.
Yeah, so Perez changes over.
See, none of them can cope with it.
I'm not really surprised. Blue
Well,
flag.
considering he had new tyres, didn't he? Or did he use a used set to start the race?
And take a look on the monitor here. Perez started new hard, only done 8 laps.
8
So,
laps
yeah,
on
8
the hard,
laps.
so the hard's not good, right? There was a few people in practice that tried the hards, and
Oh, and
only one of them made it race.
And a
1,000?
yeah, a Formula 1 milestone for Max Verstappen. He's now led 1,000 Grand Prix laps as well. Do you
That's
count?
good at this home race.
Do you count the 2 last time out? What is Beth going on about as well? Up here in the chat as well. I have decided to step up and take my Blue Claw responsibilities more seriously. So welcome to the first ever round of Trivia with Jats as well. Name one Formula 3 driver in this season's lineup that is a monosyllabic surname.
Monosyllable, which means there's only one syllable in his name. Zoe?
Yeah.
Duh.
No.
Oh, he's F2.
F3.
F3.
Hold on.
Megan's going to get the grid up as well. Beth, yeah.
Please hold the line.
Beth's going straight forward as well. So already, look, Verstappen's closing in
Bear
on
with.
Perez.
Bear with.
According to our... Oh, Verstappen radio.
Okay, Max. Hamilton potentially switching into a 2-stop.
Looks like he's been given the hurry up. Last lap of 14.7. Get that 2.8.
No,
So
he's
what
not
does
changing.
So plan B is a two-stopper.
He's not changing, though.
No, so plan B is a two-stopper. Lewis has been told to get the hurry up.
I think they've heard Ferrari's thing and thought it was...
Yeah, wrong. It's the wrong one as well. Well, Perez has actually got a radio message as well coming up after this. I want to hear what Sergio has been told. Let's listen to Sergio's radio.
Okay, Checo. Vibrations are too high. You had to pit. So there's a long way to go.
So that's why
Still points to be
Perez.
had.
That's why Perez pitted then. He had too high.
Vibrations on the
Vibration,
high tyre,
yeah.
a hard tyre.
So that changes that situation up. Look at this already. So Vettel pits. Vettel in the pit lane according to Vettel pits. And now he drops down to 18th place. So he's dropped down from 15th in the running order.
Guess him.
Cohen.
Oh, no. Not
No, that's 2. Cohen.
Here is Vettel making a stop. Softs go off, hards go on. Only 11 lap in, 2.3 second stop. They're very, very decent as well. From
about
Aston Martin. It's Wazza. Could be. No.
No, his Wazza is 2.
2. Yeah. Megan will try.
was a bit too high energy.
It's still
Mid-corner
two.
for info.
Sainz.
Start lap 10.16.7.
Sainz on the radio there as well. So Vettel's come out of the pit lane as well. Schumacher is the only driver to be lapped. He's on lap 11, whereas Verstappen is on lap 12 of this race at the moment. In terms of positions gained, there's the live speed look on the driver tracker as well. That's what I love to see as well. 219 kilometers an hour right now Verstappen's doing.
Is
So he must be
that-
on a straight-away. He is down the
Is
start
that
for a straight.
Vesti?
Vesti.
Vesti. So I said it right.
No, Vesti is 1. 2.
Yeah. Oh, fastest lap for Perez, 1:14.596. Let's
Team
hear from
radio,
Lando.
Lando.
Pitted, he was 2 cars behind us.
That's
Got to go miles faster, like 3 seconds, 2 seconds quicker, clean air than this.
So everyone's now getting caught up in this dirty air as well, and it's destroying the tyres. Alonso has backed up everybody on the pack as well, and it's creating this nasty dirty air. And that's what we're having on the circuit.
And that's probably why Perez and Vettel pitted to get out
Yeah.
of that.
2.
That's Hamilton on the radio as well. Verstappen's been told something as well. We're trying to listen in. Here we go, Verstappen.
Max, could I have a front wing update when you can, please? Front wing update when you can.
Yeah, okay.
Understood.
Did you understand what he said? I didn't understand what he said there
No,
either.
he said...
Absolute crackle at the moment as well. So
Sounded Dutch to me.
yeah. Oh, Megan knocking over the table at the moment with pulling it
Sorry.
down. Megan bringing down the commentary box and nearly sending the laptop flying as well. So it is Vettel down in 19th place now. Schumacher 20th. So they've pitted. So has Perez. So they've dropped down the order as well. Everyone else is still yet to pit. Fastest lap still belongs to Perez at the moment. And yeah, only 8. Perez now 8 laps on those mediums. Everyone else on 1 lap on the hards, apart from Schumacher's on 7. So they are just about changing over at the moment.
Do you know the main grandstand is a sea
Is
of
it
orange
him?
apart from 2 people?
Tough. Yeah, it'll be tough.
Nothing
It'll be
changes,
tough,
okay.
Beth.
Yeah,
Our
tough.
answer is tough
Yeah.
Tough.
for the F3 driver. There's 2 people. One of them is in love with Lando Norris, and she's a girl who held up a sign saying, Lando, I love you, Lando, and things like that. And the other one is a guy on his own with 30 empty seats around him who's completely dressed up in Ferrari gear.
Plan B, be patient, our time will come.
Be patient, our time will come, says to Lando as well. Maybe that's what that girl fan is thinking as well about it with that. But yeah, I did see the Ferrari man just sitting with 30 seats all the way around him as well, with no one else there. So at the moment, Perez is the fastest lap.
That's taking social distancing a little bit too literally.
Beth just sent me an email and has also sent a chat record as well. She sees Nicholas Latifi quickly. Latifi going for a move on Nikita Mazepin down and towards turn 1. Tries to go around the outside at Tarzan. Can he get the acceleration in the exit? Yes, he can.
Okay, Lando, so
and
we still
Mazepin
think
gives him
plan
the
B,
room.
be patient, our time will come.
That's a great move from Latifi as
That's
well
really-
against the Haas. Yeah, down at turn 1 as well.
DC pretending that he goes on nudie speeches for Channel 4 yesterday by being nude on the beach, laid on a towel on
Yeah.
the nudie speech, which is next door to this track, except that he had a white bum. His butt was white.
Yeah, things
I-
you get
I-
away with
I-
on
Means
Channel
he's
4.
never been on one before.
I don't really want to hear about
The things you
this.
get on Channel 4.
You don't want to see the
with
pictures,
F1,
actually.
no.
I really don't.
Just
The only
quickly,
person that was proud of him was his mother.
Beth has also put, for the record, I seriously reckon F3 cars sound awesome, especially when cruising behind safety cars. It's the distance I've got on the monitor. At low revs, bring back V10s, absolutely. And this is Verstappen. Have you spotted something, Megan?
Yeah.
Oh,
he
it's
went
kept some
across
sand.
the rumble strips as well, and did you know his front wing?
What?
I'm not sure it's completely on properly.
Well, they just want an update on the front wing.
It's going
Verstappen
like
radio.
this.
B-ball 4 or the push toggle. B-ball
Are we
4
having
or the push toggle,
too
turn
much
11.
too much flexing on the wing again?
Hang on, we've got to listen to the radios, so we've got to shut up when they come on now, unfortunately,
Yeah.
because we can play them, but I can't hear them anymore because they're going through the main mixer, so I can't hear them separately from you for some
It
reason.
went like that.
Yeah, the audio levels are messed up, so maybe it's the bus mixer.
No, I mean Verstappen's front wing.
Oh, okay.
Like, way too much.
Go on, Dad.
No, I'm just looking at this.
Oh, we've got loads of these little gnat flies, the Venus flies, whatever they are.
You were right with Nat.
You want a trap for him, a Venus fly trap?
I've got some spiders over here. They can do it for me.
I've always wanted one of those.
You two weren't born, but because your granddad, Terry, you did have a Venus flytrap, and
I've always wanted
it closes like that.
I've always wanted one.
Beth just sent me that about Megan as well. Would you care to read it out, Megan?
Alonso fastest through sector 1. Alonso fastest through sector 2. P.
16 in quali.
Yeah, I'm just angry now.
I'll tell you what, Beth, these are fantastic. I'm saving them every time they come in.
So you learnt Spanish so that you could liaise with Alonso.
No, because I love the language.
Yeah, you learned the things, but you didn't learn Australian so you could liaise with Hartley.
New Zealand.
Australians speak
Oh, is he in New
English.
Zealand?
Yeah, Hartley's New Zealand. Correct me if I'm
Also,
wrong, Megan.
Australians speak English.
He's a Kiwi, isn't he?
So do New Zealanders.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, they're off the Christmas card list as well. These flies are really getting on my nerves now. There we go.
I can kill them.
No, I just did it. It's really annoying
No
me.
flies were harmed in the making of this programme.
And Perez dives up the inside at turn 11 on Nikita Mazepin. So that makes it back up into 17th place as
It
well.
got away, by the way.
Don't know where they're coming from. Could they be coming from the teabag?
It could be coming from a number of things that you've left on the floor
From
since
Le
Le
Mans.
Mans.
Yeah, we need to tidy this box up as well. Bang!
Megan, I understand they're your bottles.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
they
know.
are.
Unbelievable.
Well, they'll be knackered now. You can't use them anymore.
Yeah.
Just empty them and throw them.
The Phantom one isn't.
Tyres are okay, just managing.
That's from
So-
Le Mans.
Hang on. There's more. There's Russell on the radio, by the way.
Brakes are fine. You can go forwards 1% if you need, and a mid-17 is good pace if we can maintain this mid-17.
I think the interesting thing
Hang on,
is
Paul.
that the fastest lap is with Perez.
Deceleration feels awful when I go 59.
Long red lines tell us when it's
Gap
over.
of 0.9, you can go rearwards on the brakes.
Takes about 45 seconds of commentary, but go on.
Yeah, the fastest lap is Perez, but he's still 3 seconds behind Latifi, so he's got at least another 3 laps from the timing monitor to go before he catches Latifi.
Beth saying it again as well. True or false? Kevin Magnussen had his second podium at Adelaide in 2014. False. Adelaide wasn't on the calendar, but it was Melbourne in 2014. He had his first ever podium.
We have menu dash position 6 when you can. Dash position 6. Dash 6.
So Hamilton watched dash 6 on the board.
Imagine if Lewis was just like, what the hell's dash 6?
Yeah, gotta find it.
One little bit of trivia about Kevin Magnussen is a few weeks ago in America, him and his dad raced on the same day at the same circuit. I saw them being interviewed.
In IMSA, and they
By
also
Kelly.
they did it in IMSA, and they also did it at Le Mans as well.
Yeah.
In the same team as well. In terms
Radio Bottas.
Okay, Audrey, so at this pace, we're not going to interact with the leaders.
So basically, hurry up, because otherwise you're not going to be there at the front.
You're supposed to be doing a job, and all you're doing is languishing behind.
I
Yeah.
bet he's thinking just right now, just like, you're the one who fired me. Don't tell me to hurry up. I've got nothing to lose.
Yeah, we've been telling you for months how unhappy Valtteri. Valtteri's such a nice bloke. It's
Sorry, hang on.
too nice. That's
Okay,
the
Audrey, so
trouble.
at this pace,
That's Jensen Button. So
Yeah,
Jensen
Jensen's
is
in there.
so Jensen's commentating his
Yeah.
first Grand Prix.
It was
yeah.
quite interesting hearing Jensen and
What I
Nico
wanna
talking
know is-
about what the relationship would be between George and Lewis
Yeah.
and how their things, And Nico, I'm glad he had a mask on because he turned around and said, yeah, he agreed with with Jensen that once you get through it, that he have never had any trouble and that they were friends all the time.
That's what Hazel said as well, didn't she, last year in Abu Dhabi in practice? She said that they never actually stopped being friends, which is great to know.
No, but at the height of the problems, right, that friendship was wide apart. But they always had that fact that they'd been best friends nearly all their lives.
As it stands, Hamilton winning the title by 4 points to Lewis Hamilton, according to the monitor up here in the comms box. So Jenson Button commentating on his first race since 2005 at the Monaco Grand Prix, when he was on ITV's coverage as well, as Perez now desperately tries to get ahead of Latifi at the moment as well. I've muted that pit lane channel for a while.
The latest trivia from Beth Stappen, Jazz Beth Stappen, is actually true, right? Because he used to affect his concentration trying to things.
What corner is that there?
11-12.
He never ever told the Williams team that he actually used to. He used to rely on the heat in the car to actually get rid of it.
Yeah, oh, the smell. Megan.
By the way, he's not the only one.
No, they all do.
I don't think there isn't a driver on that thing that hasn't at some time or other in their career.
I just want to point out, and a replay.
Is this what you want about, Megan?
No, it wasn't.
But Perez up the inside of Latifi and gets ahead down at the hairpin. So, no, Latifi goes back round the outside. So how does Perez do it? This is when you were talking there, Dad.
Back.
So
He is for position.
Perez round the outside and gets a brilliant move down at turn 11 and 12. Megs, is that what you want about, Megs?
He's obviously going faster than this is suggesting.
It wasn't. I was actually talking about how there's an extensive amount of gravel on the track and there's tyre fabric all over.
Hamilton?
To Verstappen at 3.7. 15.3.
Repeat, man, repeat.
Hamilton's radio's gone. Hamilton's radio's broke, isn't it?
Also, can I just point out all of the tyre fabrics that have been worn away that are on the track, especially around turn 11. Also, at the start-finish straight, there is so much gravel on the side of the track that the drivers are having to avoid it, also around turn 11. And there's pieces of tyre fabric all round those corners that are quite tight.
Yeah, look, you can see it here. I'm on the limit of these tyres as well, so...
Point taken.
Yeah, Hamilton's tyres are gone. Absolutely. Got to find some time as well later on.
That's what I observed while you two were talking.
Alonso. And that... Let's turn it off for a while. Perez trying to go right round the outside as well on Kubica and does so. So Perez up into 15th place. Kubica down into 16th place now as well. And into the pit lane comes a very fiery looking Lewis Hamilton to change over. And it's steam off the back of the brakes, I presume, and some sort of dust as well. But Hamilton goes on to the medium compound tyres. It was a slow stop anyway, 3.6 seconds. So Hamilton drops down the order behind Bottas and will come ahead of Gasly. So that's Hamilton hitting first against Verstappen. In the pre-show, we expected Bottas to pit first to try and trigger Verstappen. It's turned out to be Lewis.
I just saw coming off of Lewis's car or something yellow.
Here it is, look, take a replay.
No, it's at the back.
Yeah, but if you might show here, it's a slow front. Oh, slow front right, actually, as well. That caused a slow stop. I thought I saw something yellow get kicked up as well. Could have been something on the brake ducts as well. If some sort of... maybe like an orange thing from the fans, some sort of cardboard got sucked into the brakes or something, just wrapped itself around the brake tin. And
maybe that's
why the brakes were probably smoking as well, and why Lewis had a problem. Red Bull are responding, and it won't be Verstappen. It is
Verstappen.
Yeah, it won't be Perez, will it? It will be the race leader. So Bottas will take the lead to control this race. Race leader in, and here comes Verstappen now. Changes over. Off goes the soft tyres. On go the mediums. It's a 2.7 second stop at the moment out there, and he will come out just ahead, I think, of Lewis Hamilton. It's a long run down towards turn 1 though. The Dutch fans go crazy. Verstappen has managed the undercut. That slow stop from Lewis has cost him. Verstappen gets effectively a free pit stop.
That was quite a good...
Pit stop.
Yeah, pit stop.
Good timing, yeah. So good timing at the moment then as well, as we see at the moment. What do you reckon, Dad, then? Verstappen's basically just inherited the win today.
I think there's still a long way to go. But also, right, that Red Bull pit stop there is a minimum time limit now, and I just think they exceeded it.
2.7 seconds as well, yeah. So has to be released, what is it, 0.15 of a second that you have to be stationary after the wheels are fitted.
Yes.
And that's what held them up a bit. But, yeah, if they went quicker, yeah. Because
there was definitely a mistake on the Mercedes front right.
Absolutely as well. What is Beth saying in the chat? She is saying as well, the following list of drivers are top 10 drivers that what? I'll start with the first three to make it easy. Raffaele Marcello, Alexander Sims, Alex Lynn. All tested for Ferrari? Because I know Lynn and Sims did as well in some other tests, and Marcello definitely did. Sims says Lynn. Drivers that have gone on into Formula E, no, Marcello didn't. All won the Italian Grand Prix in Junior Formula, I don't know. Marcello won it, I can't remember. That's an interesting one, actually. You have to tell me that one, because I'm not going to get it. You got any ideas about that one?
No, I think
No, I don't.
Bev has bought herself the...
Encyclopedias.
No, the trivia book.
Oh, right. So Bottas up 2
It's
places.
good, though.
Yeah. Who was the biggest loser at the start? Giovinazzi lost 3 places as well. Perez up 5. Vettel and Schumacher down 4 and 3, respectively, as well at the moment. Yeah, we're not operating with our usual software at the moment. We've got a tweet deck open on the laptop. We've got our unusual middle monitor. Our timing monitor's changed over to a more, I would argue, a lot more bigger and detailed one. I can actually read that stood up here. And it gives us countdown laps. There's 49 laps to go. It's lap 24 now of 72.
Do you think Megan's coming back, or do you think she's done a runner?
Well, considering this is her last race weekend for a while, I presume she is. She's not in Monza or Russia.
Neither am I.
You are.
No, you're not.
You are. I could replace. Don't say anything
Only
like that.
the lonely. It's
Italy.
Josh.
Well, Italy's the sprint race as well, so that's going to be another dramatic one. She's in Sao Paulo, though. Yeah, and there's his Perez trying to get ahead of one of the AlphaTauris. It is Yuki Tsunoda. It's not going to be Gasly, is it? So it's got to be Tsunoda up there on the track as well. Goes to the inside down at turn 11. Nice move, actually, from Perez.
I want him to one day make an absolute mess of something so I can say, oh, that was Gasly from Gasly.
Well, did he make a mess of it in 2016 in Hockenheim? You missed your opportunity there.
We've added another name, Lucas Erno.
Lucas Ancho. Bottas saying starting to have vibrations.
Felix Rosenquist.
Felix Rosenquist. They've all won the Macau Grand Prix? I'm not sure. Top 10 drivers that what? I'm not sure. Really can't tell. Trying to concentrate 3 other things at once Anyway, so that 25 of the race, it goes like that at the moment. Last lap time for Bottas was a 1:16.486 as well. Let's hear from Hamilton.
Last set was rear left limited, rear left, as expected.
So rear left problems there at the moment. So that's explains why Hamilton's having bad ones. Hamilton's just at the fastest lap of the race as Gasly pits. Hamilton a 1:14.238.
Thank you for the comments, Invincible 2004.
And into the pit lane comes Pierre
Praising
Gasly.
us for our commentary, thank you.
So Gasly takes over for medium compound tyres, 2.9 second stop. Good one there as well. Anyone else coming down the pit lane? No, at the moment. So yeah, thank you very much for that. Megan's here. Oh, that's
You don't
Gasly
look
being
well,
told
Meg.
box to box.
No, I didn't.
So you guys have a very impressive commentary, as good as TV and radio. It's very experienced and really making us feel like we're watching it at the track. By the way, I'm also watching it live. Oh, fantastic. Well, welcome along. It's going to be a great one as well. And we've been having it so far. So, yeah, thanks for the compliment. It means a lot. So, as we come down, look at Bottas's tyres, Megan. 20%, 10% the rear. How true is that graphic as well? Is it okay?
Not very. It's not very professional. What was I going to say?
No, the graphics aren't professional, are they?
Yeah,
at all?
that's what I was going to say. It's
Yeah.
not very professional graphics, and so we're always getting it wrong. You
Yeah.
can never trust it.
Bottas is
So
kicking up some
Lewis
dust.
Hamilton now takes the fastest lap. And to be honest, right, the thing, Bottas should be holding Verstappen up now. But he can't get too close because Verstappen's too talented. Toto sat there wondering, is it going to work? Is this next bit going to work?
Oh,
Bottas radio.
Speaking of which,
Yeah, the tyres are definitely dropping a bit more, but I guess they'll do a few laps.
So
I'm guessing around
Bottas.
30%. Then.
Giving them an
Yeah.
excuse to the FIA for actually backing up into Verstappen.
We said this pre-race. Is Bottas actually going to play that team game? We know he's fired.
Of course he will, because he's a lovely lad.
Yeah. Would you?
He's quite moody sometimes, but he's a nice lad, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
Better,
Lap 26, everyone should be pitting now.
Bet's really saying Tom Blomqvist, or was that Stroll being dull? Joel there.
You've just added Jake Dennis as well. Is it something to do with your previous thing about doing things in the car?
Have they all been they've all been endurance races, haven't they? Because Dennis has done Le Mans.
No, I think it's something to do with what they did in their suit.
They've all gone to the
Because
track.
I have heard something.
I
have heard something about Jake Dennis and what he got up to in Le Mans.
All I can think of this year's Le Mans.
If one of them is Jacques Villeneuve, then it's drivers who have gone to the toilet in their suit. Now take a look at the spotters guide that's still there.
Is it or is it that they've all admit that they've been sick in their helmet?
Well, if one of them's Mark Webber, it would be, yeah. Blomqvist had food poisoning.
Yeah, Mark did.
Yeah.
Mark did.
Now, yeah.
Mark
Haven't I talked about that before? With the fact that wouldn't it just throw back in your face?
Yeah. Yeah, that's how we got to it, yeah.
I don't know, because the speed, yeah.
Verstappen radio.
Okay, so Bottas in free air, 15.8.
Yeah.
Ahead. Absolutely critical to catch and pass if we can.
So Verstappen wants to get ahead of Bottas. It's 2.669 the gap. It's come down to 2.655, but it's closing in as well. Hamilton is 4 seconds behind Bottas as well, but he's closing in on Verstappen. So Bottas is holding him up.
If you were cynical, would you be just about to wait for the start of Crash Fest 2021?
Oh, tactics! Look! That's Bono, isn't it? Holding over.
Yeah, he's talking tactics.
Yeah. Let's do my famous thing of seeing who's going to crash first.
Well, it's 28 laps in, and so far it's been okay, but still.
Mazepin is driving really well today. He's only nearly crashed once.
Well, it was Alonso who actually made more of a problem. The two Ferraris are going side by side at the moment because Leclerc and Sainz have just swapped positions, so and they haven't come into the pit lane as far as we know. And
Gasly's just overtaken Alonso.
So that's why. And Ricciardo up to 9th. He's passed
Alonso in the
as
pits?
well. Not sure. Yes, Giovinazzi, Russell and Stroll all in the pit lane. So they're the three cars that are changing the positions dramatically on the timing monitor. As I said, we haven't got our usual timing graphic up here at the moment. So we're having to rely on several different monitors. Hang on. So there you go. Oh, is that an unsafe release there? As Russell comes out of the pit lane just behind Giovinazzi. No, it's okay.
Have they cancelled this rule?
Yeah. Well, you're not allowed to double stack here. They've got to announce that just before the start of the race. That because of the narrow pit lane,
Replay.
it can't change over. And this is Alpine is Alonso being overtaken around the outside by Gasly, I presume, up towards turn 2. Yeah, so Gasly gets a great move on Alonso down towards Tarzan at turn 1.
Let's look at this.
Alonso defends the inside line. Gasly sends him around the outside.
The one thing about this track, it's a bit of a roller coaster, and you can actually use the bankings, even the slight ones, to your advantage.
So this is for the race win, so you're defending. I'll leave you to it.
Oh, so this is for the race win. They're going to go. Bottas is going for the race win, but look at the driver tracker. Verstappen's caught up with him. Verstappen has taken what was a 3-second disadvantage.
Fake news.
Yeah, and has put it in.
That's fake news for Bottas.
Well, to explain that, Bottas must be backing up a lot. He's done 29 laps on these tyres.
I'm just going to quickly point out something.
Yeah.
There's a lot of drivers on the grid that right now are defending against their teammate.
Really is changing over position at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah,
but
the
Verstappen's coming down.
Alpines and the Ferraris are all defending each other.
And the McLarens, Ricciardo 9th and Norris 10th, Stroll and Vettel. Yeah,
the Alphas are doing it.
Yeah, there's a lot of 2x2s at the moment, isn't there, out there?
Yeah.
And so are the Astons.
So,
very well seen, Meg.
Yeah, Ferrari 4-5, Alpine 7-8, McLaren 9-10, Alfa Romeo 13-14, and Aston Martin 16-17.
I was predicting at this track that lap 45 was going to be the game changer.
Yeah.
Right. It's usually a lot later than that, but it's so short and so fast. I reckon that 45 will be the game changer.
Beth now says as well, Nick Cassidy
Cassidy.
as an 8th driver. Not sure.
Wait, Cassidy.
Presume we'll get it towards the end as well.
Which
Thanks
one's
for
he
your-
originally from?
Not sure. Thanks also to Invincible as well. Keep it up as well. Yeah, we will do as well.
She said Bonkins again.
Yeah. How we pronounce bankings is different, isn't it? With our accents. But on course now, Valtteri Bottas as well at this circuit. Many good memories of Zandvoort. He was quoted once, but maybe this isn't going to be one. As Max Verstappen goes through on the inside down towards turn 1 in front of 109 Dutch fans on the start-finish straight. Holland goes into raptures once again as Verstappen leads the Dutch Grand Prix. And Bottas waits no time, letting Lewis Hamilton through. Hamilton to second. And as we were saying all throughout this race, they've done it. Bottas has held up Verstappen to allow Hamilton to catch up. And now, at the front, it's Verstappen who leads by 0.7 of a second to Hamilton. Game on at Zandvoort.
This is what Christian was worried about before the race. He was hoping to use Gasly as one of the ones that could actually, as a Red Bull driver, help Max. But Mercedes are using the fact that they've got 2 up in the top 4 to really play the game, aren't they? There's nothing wrong in what they did. They even did fake broadcasts saying go for the win because nobody in the right minds thought that Valtteri was going for the win.
No. And there goes Bottas now letting Hamilton through, and the gap now 1.5. So immediately Verstappen's increased that gap to stop the DRS advantage coming out. Ricciardo comes into the pit lane then as well, drops back as well. Hamilton's falling back into the clutches. Who's behind him? I can't see because the driver tracker keeps changing around. Oh, Bottas pits. Bottas in the pit lane now.
Yeah, because he's done so much. He's done his job. He's held up Max. That's why he kept out so long on those tyres. Now he's done his job. Now he's
with a 2.2.
They're on different strategies. This is what Christian was saying before the race, that they're on different strategies, the two Mercedes, and that what Christian is worried about is that if anything goes wrong in between Verstappen and Hamilton,
Alonso,
and they hold each other up.
Sainz.
Super lucky with traffic.
And that's why Sainz in the pit lane, and it's a very close stop as well. Alpine in as well. Hard tyres go on for Ferrari, 3.6 seconds as well. That's a slow stop. And in comes Esteban Ocon now. So Ocon pits as well.
What is it? Pit your second driver day?
Oh, it's such a short track here as well that we're getting the
Remember,
tail
you
back.
can't double stack. And also, so what Christian was saying, that he fears that if Lewis and Max start holding each other up a little bit, the different strategy would allow Bottas at the back end of the race to get in front of Max Verstappen and hold him up again.
So,
and that could happen with what the lap he's just pitted on.
Is it touring cars?
No, I think it's something to do with Formula E as well, which is linking all best things together. They've all must have done Formula E at some point.
I swear if that's a touring
Megan
cars
said, good
thing.
spot, Megan. Perhaps there is a big flood coming.
Get it? 2x2.
Very funny. Noah's Ark, yeah.
Good spot there.
Oh, I'm not going to miss you in Russia. I'm not going to miss you in Italy, actually.
Number 9 is Maximilian Gunther.
Yeah.
That means bicycle.
Why aren't you doing Italy anyway? I thought that would be the one race you wanted to do because you can speak Italian.
Well, Naomi's definitely better than it.
It's the quickest race of the year as well.
Well, she's
It's an hour
Italian.
14. Exactly.
Yeah.
Though I don't know how much work I have.
Yeah, we'll play that one by ear. You're definitely not in Russia, though. Towards the end of this one as well. Soph on Twitter is saying the irony of Lewis saying Max is getting lucky.
Whoa. Little Miss Russia is not in the Russian Grand Prix.
Or
We
Italy.
need to kill the
2
tyres,
seconds.
but we need to close to his window.
Bottas now being told to cool the tyres, but close this gap in as well. Yeah, the
had
two
too much
races I
college
thought Megan would be doing, Italy and Russia, she's not doing.
Her favourite accent is Russian.
Yeah, but to be
It
fair,
is.
she'll do the commentary in Russian and we'll probably get...
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
And it's also, I don't know
Whoa!
what's going on with my college work, so I've got to play it by ear.
Verstappen had a little bit of a wiggle through the banking at turn 3 and almost went into the wall. We saw David Schumacher do that this morning as well. And there's a move going on, trying to go around the outside. George Russell sending around the outside of Robert Kubica and getting the move done as well. Nicely done. Ooh. That was a couple laps ago because also now Stroll's past Kubica as well. And it is Kubica, the 88, not Giovinazzi, the 99.
I used to play the recorder by ear when I was at school, and the teacher gave me a book and said, you read that because it's terrible.
Russell has been given a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane.
What?
So I did wonder why. So Alonso pits now from P6. He changes over. So George Russell's got a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane.
It's a fast in and out here.
Yeah.
And if you don't hit the limiter at the braking point, it doesn't slow down enough.
Alonso rejoins on the medium compound tyres. He's good to the end of this race as well. Let's just see if he can manage to hold that advantage later on. We've opened up the pit lane channel once again. It's been enough laps without it. As Giovinazzi gets down to 14th, he comes into the pit lane now as well, actually, on the board. It's lap 35. The top 10 are the only cars on the league lap.
45, gap 1.7.
Gap 1.7 between Verstappen and Hamilton. We just heard over the radio as well.
Mazepin in pit, so is Giovinazzi.
Leaving pit lane.
Now exit with a 3.2. That's a slow stop. Ferrari enters the
Leclerc
pit lane, so that's Leclerc.
Yes, there goes Mazepin very slowly down pit lane. It's the slowest pit lane of the year as well. Just like Australia, it's down to 60 kilometres an hour as well because it is so small and so tight. 3 seconds stop there for Leclerc.
That's not good.
It's not good, no.
At this point, no, it's not really that good.
Well, it keeps him out ahead of Sainz as well, so keeps P5 as well. Doesn't lose position on the circuit. Look, if we switch to driver tracker.
It would have been quicker if I think the jack got a little bit stuck.
Verstappen has cleared Ocon. Hamilton now has only just cleared Ocon. And Verstappen's got Alonso just ahead of him now as we switch back to Tarzan down at turn 1 as well. So the gap for the race win is still on. It's lap 36 of 72. Megan, we've just passed half distance.
Giovinazzi had a puncture. Russell has a 5-second penalty.
Yes,
we think pit loss is +1.
So that's why Giovinazzi came into the pit lane for a second time. He had a puncture.
And the two Ferraris have gone on hards. We've already seen that the hards didn't work for the Red Bull. Well, how do you think they're going to work for the Ferrari?
Who got some hards as well? Ricardo,
It caused
Russell,
too much vibration on the Red Bull, didn't they?
Yeah.
It looks like the top 8 are kind of set in motion because everyone below them's a lap down. Yep.
So Alonso and Ocon now getting lapped as well. It's a short track, as I said, 4.259 kilometres. That's 2.6 miles as well.
Everyone is going extremely slowly. I don't think this isn't normal.
No.
Everyone.
We expected a very fast Grand Prix today, didn't we?
Yeah, we've been running actually. We've passed half distance and there's still 1 hour. And
Verstappen, and then 1.5 is Hamilton.
We're at half distance now actually. Bottas pace is very good. Go on.
Yeah, the gap 1.5 to Verstappen's just pulled away a little bit.
He got held up.
Lewis.
Yeah. Lewis got held up. Go on.
How about I do my calculations?
Don't need to.
Lewis
Look,
still got the fastest lap.
there's lap 37 out of 72, and there's how many laps to go out of 72. So it tells us when we're past half distance.
It doesn't matter though.
All right. So we've just done.
I'm talking about time.
Okay, so we've done half distance in less than 1 hour 40 minutes. So that's what 46 minutes. So we got a yellow. Sorry.
48 and what?
There's a yellow somewhere out on the track.
Stopped.
Not sure. Trying to find out.
Vettel slowed down, but I don't know.
Not sure who's gone off. Well, yeah, you're right. It's Vettel at turn 3. Vettel off at turn 3. Gets going again. Has he had a little spin? I wonder.
Yeah, I think he went into the
At least
gravel
the red one would have
and then out again.
So yellow flags turns to green. Not sure what happened there.
Yeah, he was at turn 3 and he slowed down on the monitor.
Yeah.
And which suggested
Daniel,
that it was
how's
him.
this tyre? Any suggestions for Lando? It's okay.
Okay, let's take a look. So he's going to the inside to try and get past Robert Kubica. Oh, he just loses it. He got on that bump in the middle of the banking as Stroll nearly ended up in the wall. Was it Stroll or Bottas? Bottas almost ended up in the wall, as did Tsunoda.
I think that was good driving, though, Valtteri.
Yeah, very quick avoidance as well. He got on that bump on the banking.
The one I was talking about, Yeah.
And he just lost the rear of the car.
And Vettel just managed to get out of the way, so he had enough room.
It's a very good track, apart from that bump.
Yeah, so Bottas has now locked up his inside front left tyre on those mediums as well. Aston are now angry about that one.
We had a bump at Silverstone that was causing problem for the MotoGP last time out. And, you know, it's summer, and it's when these tracks start moving a little as they expand, and then in the winter months, as it gets colder, they contract, and you have the opposite. The bumps become, you know, like little mini dips.
Yeah, this entire track as well is all changed around. Exit road down at turn 3, Verstappen.
Everything we've got for the next 4 or 5 laps, please, Max.
So everything we've got as well.
I always love the way the drivers and the teams in any motorsport
92 minutes and
talk about the track as if it's a living thing, as how it develops and during a race, and how what things that affect it, like the amount of rubber down, even the temperature of the surface of it. The track is a major part of this sport.
Invincible says as well, the silver arrows will force Verstappen into a what's that? I can't say a cataclysmic mistake. I can't see without my glasses on.
Cataclysmic?
Yeah, okay.
I can't even see where you're reading.
Sorry, 2 seconds. Perez has been lapped by Hamilton down towards turn 1. So Perez now lapped Hamilton.
Calamitous.
So
Calamitous, a mistake as well. I think we'll soon see him start to struggle under pressure if he is having wobbles. Invincible personally wants Lewis Hamilton to win as well. If he does, it'll be his 100th Grand Prix victory, the most of anybody in Formula 1 and the first driver to reach a century.
Invincible 2004. I have someone with me now.
An ally of
an ally in the Lewis camp. Yay.
Halfway, Ferrari's holding up the rein. Perez moving up slowly as well, Megan.
This is Mega.
Well,
track position over Bottas as well.
Well done, Max. This is Mega as well, going well out there.
Yeah, Max driving perfectly, but so is Lewis.
Mercedes getting ready for a pit stop.
It's Hamilton.
It's Lewis.
Ooh.
It's Hamilton coming in. Now, is this because they want him on a faster tyre? Will it be the hards? No, it's another set of mediums.
It's another set of the mediums.
2.5 stop.
Hang on. He only had one new hard set left. He just used that. He's going out on old mediums now. He's done in practice.
Yeah.
And it looks like he's about to get past.
Yeah, and he's been passed now by the two McLaren. They're unlapping themselves as well.
They're just unlapping themselves.
So what on earth are Mercedes doing? They have basically just given the race up front to Verstappen.
Verstappen radio again.
You've had great pace. Great pace. Keep pushing.
How often does he need to be told that?
Lewis is now on 5-lap-old mediums.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, 5-lap-old mediums.
How old does he need to be told?
Verstappen is on 18-lap-old mediums.
Well, still with 33 laps to go, though. That's a long way to take him to the end.
Yeah, both.
Oh, let's listen. How much we do?
Yeah, the thing is,
Lewis wants to know, why did you pick me with these tyres? But now Red Bull are coming.
Red Bull are reacting
Are they soft?
to it.
Are they soft? Verstappen pits, race leader in.
Yeah, for the softs.
Well, surely.
Oh, this is quite good. This is like a game of chess, isn't it? It's
Verstappen had
it's
4
intriguing.
No, it's hards. It's hards. It's the only new set left. It's brand new hards. Verstappen had
hards.
4 old softs, but he puts on brand new hard tyres. He's got the gap. So Mercedes went first, tried to do it, and hasn't worked out.
There he is.
And there goes Verstappen on a set of tyres that can last him to the end of the race, and Hamilton will have blisters.
Yes, but we had a Red Bull in Perez having the hards on earlier, and it didn't go well.
That's true. They blistered.
Right? But they are going well on the two Ferraris that have had them on for the last 4 or 5 laps.
So maybe it was just Perez's fault then with blistering of the tyres so early on in the Grand Prix when everyone was backed up together.
Yeah.
Now they've got a bit of free air. Maybe the tyres won't overheat like we saw in the early stages of the race.
I'm just going to point out the fact that Vettel is on 30-lap-old mediums. So I think maybe if he actually does what he's meant to and drive,
Hamilton could win it.
Normally, then no, not that he could win it. He could at least last.
This is all starting to Hamilton with a 25.4 in that first sector.
No
Lando.
risk.
That was Lando's Norris radio as well. I can hear the crowd cheering over the headphones.
Verstappen a 25.119.
Anything you can do, I can do better. That's the situation. They are trading it as well. 3 seconds between them.
There's literally just a couple of kilometres an hour between them on when they
Radio
reach
Verstappen.
each position.
Looks like a reasonable tyre on the Ferrari, yeah.
So exactly what you said, Dad. Is Verstappen-Husky, is the hard tyre a good tyre? Looks reasonable on the Ferraris. But is that medium compound tyre on board with Hamilton any quicker as well? A lot of pressure to win this one.
The wake on the Red Bull is totally different to that of the Ferrari. It's lower on the Ferrari. So I think this is the wrong decision. But
From Norris to Ocon.
That's all right, man. Go.
From Norris to Ocon, they've managed to lap themselves now.
So that's because Verstappen came into the pit lane and released that little train. Look, let's take a look at it as well. Yeah, so look, they're now ahead of Verstappen as well.
I think the Red Bull people are thinking the same as you, Josh, that now they're in clearer air, that they won't overheat as much and cause the vibration.
It's really all starting to come together now, isn't it, as well?
But
it's starting to have that Grand Prix feel, as you said, at lap 45.
But what you have done here is you have, clearly by the radio messages, you've put doubt in Max's mind. Right? Max isn't confident on these tyres. You can tell, otherwise he would never have made those radio
messages, yeah.
I'm just going to point out the fact that we haven't heard much from Danny Rick right now. And at the start,
and he's still going.
He was like spewing oil.
Well, he's P11 at the moment, so he's okay. Only one yellow in this race so far as well. They've all been quite well behaved. An hour and 6 minutes left on the clock. 30 laps left on the board. It's lap 43 of 72. It was supposed to be a 71 lap race, but they've upped it a lap as well to 72. They changed that very late yesterday afternoon.
Is it bad that I don't really want them to be this well behaved?
Yeah.
Only 800th is the difference between Verstappen and Hamilton. Verstappen is still lapping just a little bit faster.
Perez passes Norris.
Oh, so that's Perez up to P7 as well. No, Norris pits.
It must be a pit because he's going down way too fast.
The interesting thing is that nobody seems to know why.
Oh, out goes Mazepin.
Yeah.
Nikita Mazepin in the Haas is the first retirement. He is out of the Dutch Grand Prix.
Well, I did just say I didn't want them to be this well behaved.
Turns 11 and 12.
4 seconds stop for Norris. Hamilton
where
radio.
where the Mercedes are going.
This seems to be an advantage called our bluff too soon.
Well,
that's what we heard of the radio as well. Go, Dad.
Yeah, 11 and 12 is where the Mercedes are actually catching the Red Bull of Verstappen and keeping the gap to like 700th of a second. But these tyres, I do feel that this is a mistake by Red Bull.
They've gone on those hard tyres. Can they last on those hard tyres? That is the question at the moment as well. Lap 44 of 72, 29 laps to go off this race. One ball with George Russell. He's P12 at the moment. He's challenging now the two McLaren cars as well. Next year, George Russell's in an interview with Jenson Button in pre-race as well. Jenson asked George, when are you going to win your first race? George confidently said next year. And then looked a bit sheepish and quickly said, because of the regulation changes.
A long way to go on this tyre, man.
Yeah, copy that, Lewis. We'll be monitoring it.
Yes.
So Hamilton even saying this is a long way to go on these tyres as well. It doesn't look like it's going to work out that way. This is dangerous territory now for Hamilton. He's 2.4 seconds off the pace. Verstappen has got the jump early on, but those hard tyres start to come away. At the same time, it's going to go away for Hamilton on the mediums.
Yes, but the we know from the things that laps about 8 or 9 is when the hard tyre. What they're thinking is, will it come back to us? So Verstappen coming up to lap 8 or 9 on these tyres. So if they are right, and the earlier incidents on the hard tyre are not correct, and that the fresh air that's getting to these tyres is cooling them down enough.
Going across the rumble strips, just saying quick.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, so I think this is all up in the air. I think this could go either way. I think they've both made a mistake, and if I was Gasly, I'd be pleased with this.
the current points predictions as well, they came in with a 3-point gap. They're going to leave with a 3-point gap if it stays as it is right now.
Gasly
It's the
is
other way around.
Gasly
same
is
way.
about to change his tyres, right?
Oh, Hamilton.
There's still so much life left on that last tyre. I don't know what you're rushing.
Say blood.
I thought he was about to say blood. I was just like, what?
He said blood, didn't he? There was
There's
so
so
much
much
blood.
blood.
And then
It's
it was like
It's like, oh.
grip left
If
on
you
those
look at that,
tyres.
right, Gasly's now on 20 lap old mediums.
Yeah.
Right? In the next 10 laps, he will pit and put something like softs on
Yeah.
to the end of the race.
Mercedes
And
feeling
he's
those
going
ones.
for a podium. And if anything happens to make the decisions by Verstappen and Hamilton to have the tyres of what they have,
Yeah.
right, he could get the win here.
That's a good point. Gasly's quite cleverly positioned here.
Are Mercedes filling their tyres with blood or something?
Blood, sweat and tears goes into a Formula 1 team as well.
Why? Live.
Welcome back, everybody. Sorry about that little interruption. We had a graphics failure on the computer. It's been playing up. Back with us now here in live coverage. I'll just double check we are live as well. Megan, continue what you were saying, please. If
what
you
was
remember.
I saying?
We are live again. Go on. Sorry about
What
that.
was I saying before?
The plastic bag and how... Oh, it was me, wasn't it? It was me.
Yeah,
Sorry.
it was you.
Yeah,
I
it was me.
like, what?
Well, all the plastic bags are supposed to be banned from this event. They're supposed to be reusable bottles like these and recyclable stuff as Formula 1 tries to go carbon net zero. So I'm surprised as well that a plastic bag has managed to catch up there as well.
Twice.
Yeah, Robert Kubica is actually doing very well, as Beth says. You
Oh,
know,
is this
to
Beth?
think that just 2 days ago he wasn't in that car.
Yeah.
You know,
Amazing.
didn't
Amazing
do
what he's doing.
practice 1 or 2.
Oh, look at Alonso. He got so close to that wall. Alonso really taking the bank at turn 3. But yeah, stunning job for Kubica. Rumours as well, it looks like he's going to be at the Canadian... it looks like he's going to be at the Italian Grand Prix next weekend as well, filling in for Kimi.
Yeah, Callum Ilott can't because he's racing himself, isn't he?
Yes, he's racing
Team
in Indy.
Radio Hamilton.
I'm not going to make it to the end on these tyres. That's pretty damning, isn't it?
I think they're relying on the fact that
That's 60, I'm gonna say.
Verstappen will have to go in again as well.
Yeah, has to. Surely will.
Because I swear they both made mistakes here, both teams.
Yeah.
And this could be either Gasly and Bottas' time to shine.
Bottas hasn't won a race since Russia 2020. Of course, Pierre Gasly hasn't won a race since that fantastic Italian Grand Prix 12 months ago as well. Beth's also saying as well, Perez, the silent achiever, he's up into P7. He started from the pit lane. Red Bull go to the pit lane. That is Perez in the pit lane now. And now we're suddenly flashed to Melbourne. That pit lane is so like Australia. It's unbelievable. As Perez now pits, and he will be, as Beth says, the silent. And he's going to change over now into a different part of the tyres as well, as we've frozen again up here in the box.
Have we?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm not moving anymore.
No, it says live. Though,
There we are. We're back
there
now, yeah.
The thing is that 2 years ago, this racetrack, there was no tarmac. There was machines all over redesigning it. And it's impressive. Yeah. And I think it's a really good little track. I really am impressed with the way things... Not enough overtaking yet, but that is...
Still been a great race, isn't it?
It's still been an exciting race. And it's anybody who likes a game of chess in their sport, this is it.
Yeah, I knew you were going with that one. Oh, Hamilton, fastest first sector. Oh no, 25.381, fastest third sector. Fastest lap now for Hamilton, a 1:13.124, as Verstappen does a 1:13.670. So Hamilton improving that fastest lap with 23 to go. Here comes Perez now. Russell got ahead of him at the exit of the pit lane. Now Perez retakes him down into the hand chicane at 11 and 12. So that switches back around. 3.326 seconds separate Hamilton and Verstappen at the moment on the board as well, as only 6 cars on the lead lap.
0.4 of a faster on that lap.
So he's improving dramatically as well. 23 to go. It's lap 50.
So are those hard tyres going through their graining stage?
Yeah, yes, I presume they are. They have to be as well, don't they?
Everyone below Sainz right now has been lapped.
I got it.
And the gamble is that they'll go through the graining stage, and what Red Bull are hoping for is that they'll come back.
Yeah, 2 seconds. Beth saying as well, answer, top 10 drivers that were raced in F3 and were touted... Oh, hang on.
And we need to retire,
Oh.
stop in front of the garage.
And out goes Yuki Tsunoda. Tsunoda now the second retirement in this race. So that's Mazepin and Tsunoda out.
Where are they retiring of their own accord?
Beth said answer was the top F3 drivers that touted his future F1 material but never got there. Alexander Sims did get to F1. He was a test driver for...
Yeah, I don't think she
Never
means
as an
test
official
drivers
Yeah.
and
driver.
development drivers, because 4 of them were actually development drivers.
Mick locking
Mick
up.
locks up down to 11 and 12.
Why does she keep calling us bunkings?
Cassidy there as well. Blomqvist.
Hashtag bunkings. Have
I
we
swear
come-
Blomqvist. No, hang on. Rosenquist did race in Formula 1.
Goes on to the gravel there, Mick does.
Did he?
going round the corner.
Rosenquist.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Rosenquist had a start at...
He's doing pretty well in IndyCar.
I swear Rosenquist had a start in Formula 1 with I think either Manor or
Norris
Caterham.
going round.
One of the two.
Oh, that Blomqvist, not Rosenquist.
What would have been Blomqvist then?
Yeah, I think Beth said Blomqvist, not yeah,
Oh, Hamilton Radio.
not Rosenquist.
So now Lewis Hamilton saying this so fast. We've seen this since pre-season testing. The Red Bull's got a much faster car on the board as well. But Hamilton is setting the fastest up of the race. So it does beg the question. Verstappen must be consistently...
Playing games.
Yeah, setting the times.
No, Louis, they're playing games again.
Yeah, first sector.
Because we can see the people watching it aren't getting what we're getting on that monitor.
Yeah.
And he's saying they're faster. They're not.
Yeah,
It's
Hamilton's
like,
just done a...
They're just so fast. Just like, you're faster.
Hamilton's done a 25.3 in that first sector time. Verstappen a 25.6. So Hamilton's 0.3 faster.
Yeah, Lewis
in
is
that sector.
Lewis is in the first sector. Lewis is purple in the first sector. So it's
Here he is now. Killing my tyres, trying to keep up. So Hamilton's in 17 laps.
I mean, you're succeeding.
And Verstappen's done 11 on the hards. So it's closing. It's 2.5 seconds still. What they need is what Hamilton
This is
needs
good. I'm enjoying this.
Would a safety car sort of spoil it as well? Because it'll
Yes.
punch everyone back up, won't it?
Yes, it
But
will.
then they'd all put on soft tyres for the end of the race. They've all got old softs left.
I just kind of want
So
someone
who
to
is
go in the
going to
wall.
give us a safety car? That's the $1 million question
I
for.
can do the finger and...
Go on, have a look, Meg.
As long as you go to Tsunoda or Mazepin, they are the most likely.
Hold on.
There goes that gravel again at exit 10, 11 and 12 as well at the moment.
Slipping.
Out there at the moment on the circuit as well, as they keep trying to find through as well. Megan, you...
George Russell, Megan. Lance Stroll.
Stroll for an accident, all right.
You can never draw a straight line, you.
With their fingernails as well that she goes off as well. There could be on 3 different drivers that
Megan
long.
has impressive fingernails. She held them up like that the other night, and you could actually see the light going through them.
Stroll again. You're really
It's-
going for Stroll.
It's really going to be strong.
Well, here comes Esteban Ocon round the high side of turn 3 as well.
I
Looking
just
quite good.
Long nails. It's a gene that Mum has, Kellyanne has, what Nan had.
Oh, we all have nails.
I know, it's just long.
Beth is putting another question in saying, who said this? I enjoyed watching on Sky F1 a show about how Zandvoort had been refurbed. It featured refurbed. Yeah, I said that. It featured the insights and teachings of Michael Masi. It was really terrific.
I was very impressed
seconds.
about
Let's try and hold him up. Yeah. Let's go, Daniel.
how
Let's
much.
go. You
Look,
can hold Perez up here.
Ricardo, hold up Sergio Perez, please, and keep Lando in the points.
Yeah, I was very impressed that how much Michael had to do with the development of this track into Formula
I bet it
1
was
track.
you. I bet you said that and you can't remember it. That sounds like a you thing to say.
It definitely ain't me.
Although it only aired yesterday in qualifying, so it must have been you at some point in this broadcast. I'm saying it's Dad. There's the driver track up. Stroll and Russell closing up against each other as well. But here comes Ricardo
Of course
trying to hold back. Sergio Perez down the start-finish straight as well. Perez looking a little to the inside at Tarzan. Doesn't make the corner.
I think it was Nico.
Could have been Nico, to be fair. Megan?
I was going to say, it doesn't have to be someone in the box.
For sure. It was probably Nico Rosberg as well.
The foreshore is beyond the main
Grandstand.
Grandstand. It's the foreshore is the bit where between the beach and the
Strolls in between both for Williams.
comedy there.
Oh, and off goes our timing monitor.
And they both had crashes.
I'm
And
back again.
We had a see, look, power failures.
No one ever.
Oh right. So it was a fake one, said Beth. No one ever. Our monitor just went off as well.
Can I just say that is not true, Beth? You said it.
Oh, Hamilton Radio.
In the DRS zone. Yeah, this updated priority now, so we'll try and get to the end of the race on these
They
tyres.
fluffed it.
We'll take something at the end for fastest lap.
They fluffed.
I'm pushing to close this gap, man. Come on.
So
Yeah, we're happy with what you're doing then, so let's just crack on.
So Bono's fluffed it. Bono pitted him and got it wrong. He's just come out of the radio saying to Lewis, okay, let's just control it now, bring it home for a P2. And Hamilton said, no, I want to race. Let's do it. Let's bring it in. So, and he's brought that gap down to 1.7 seconds as well. Lewis is pushing hard. He was 8 tenths faster than Verstappen last lap time.
Perez has been past Ricciardo.
So Perez, so that hold up from Ricciardo hasn't worked.
failed.
Perez goes through. Dad, is that it?
Valentino says how much he respects Bono and how he is a very intelligent man and very good at doing things and management and things like that.
It's like commentating with Peter Windsor.
Yeah, but hang on a minute. What I'm trying to say, trying to react to that, is the fact that Bono might have done this on purpose to motivate Lewis.
I don't really think that's going to be on purpose.
Was it a fake message that Bono just sent to Lewis? Was it another one of those fake messages was my question to you.
It could be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1.8 now the gap between
Why
the two.
would they send fake messages?
Well, they've been doing it all day. Bottas, you're going for the win.
When Valentino
Pits.
borrowed Lewis's
Valentino
car,
Rossi, that is.
Valentino Rossi. It was Bono who was the engineer that day and telling him how to do things.
Let's take a look at Sergio Perez and how he got past Danny Ricciardo then, down towards turn 1, loops around the outside of Tarzan like we've seen him do all day long, gets the power on the exit. Oh, they touched. Let's go. Who's next? Perez is loving this at the moment, isn't he? Did they touch wheels? No. Yes, they did.
His wife and his little boy are in the pits. You know. This is Sergio showing them what he likes to do. That is motivating.
Into the points as well, P10.
I feel like Sergio just has a hit list nowadays.
Who is next on the list? Lando Norris.
Yeah,
He's 8
but
seconds
why
ahead.
is he always getting in that situation that he has to have a hit list? Why is he not up front with Max from the start of the race?
It's just unluckiness.
Closing. Oh, and that's Kubica down to 17th as Vettel moves up into 16th position at the moment then on the board. What's the... Oh, Hamilton Radio.
There's Lewis.
Oh.
Copy, having a look. So nothing to worry about on the PE.
He's been very vocal today.
Hamilton had a power cut on the P7. Now, he had an issue, interesting enough, on FP2, didn't he?
Yeah.
With oil pressure.
Don't mention power cuts.
Yeah, we just had one.
Yeah, because I didn't tell any of you, but this morning some people in our postcode lost all power.
I bet your heart skipped a beat when that monitor went off.
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't you tell us this?
I tell you what, that
Well, and have you two panic?
well, to be fair, that explains why the computer keeps going funny.
Yeah.
How
it's
much
a
power?
variation in the things, yeah.
How much power are
As
we
they
drawing?
repair it, yeah.
How much power are we drawing up here with all these monitors
Luckily
Did
for
it happen
us,
yesterday as well? Because I didn't have Wi-Fi for like an hour.
the local substation for us is actually just 2 doors away, so...
on? Oh, has that affected the TiVo, I wonder?
No.
Good. 15 to go then here at
Better not have
Zandvoort. I know, we just spent all the thing taping in. Let's have a look then. What's this? In the pit lane as well.
It might have affected the cloner box.
Hang on, what's this again? So it looks like Hamilton Mercedes are aiming for a 3-stop race for the win as well. And that was Giorgio Yeoman saying as well. And Sean Kelly, who's the virtual stat man, has come over and said, as you probably just heard his reference on the air, you can take your pick between Hamilton in the wet, dry 2020 Hungarian Grand Prix or Verstappen in the fall, dry 2019 Brazilian Grand Prix.
Let's do a
Let's
do a prediction. Lap 60, right? Between lap 60 and 62, both of them have abandoned these tyres.
Softs.
And go on to softs.
Yeah, they've both got an old set of soft tyres left.
Gasly's now 40 seconds behind Bottas.
Yeah.
He's 18 seconds behind. You're not allowed to double stack. So, yeah. And then if you can get Lewis out before, and then Bottas would give up the position.
It's possible then.
Yeah, it's possible, but it's... let's see.
Well,
this is good.
Keep an eye on it again as here comes
It
Hamilton.
hasn't disappointed this racetrack, has it?
No, it hasn't.
It hasn't. It's become quite a favourite of a lot of people, and I'm loving it.
I thought we were going to get a quite processional race, but it's been a mind game trying to work out what's happening next. And the Dutch fans, I think, definitely give it some atmosphere. You can hear the cheering even over our headsets here. And Max Verstappen, the highest ever Dutch driver at this race, only finished 14th. In their championship race here. Max Verstappen did one better yesterday by qualifying on pole. Trying to go one better here today. Is we on lap 59? Megan?
I think I'm going insane. Because
Right.
when I looked up at the screen, I could have sworn that Max was going backwards.
Not
I was
going
just like,
backwards.
what?
Obviously using the left-hand side of your brain there, Meg.
Championship here as well. Let's just have a look. And Beth saying as well, true or false, Christian Horner's bestseller, The Big Book of FIA Rule Interpretations, currently up to its 16th edition.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Well, he got it.
Changes every week.
It was up to what, 26 when he got it off Eddie Jordan. So probably in the mid-30s by now.
What I like
Russell's performance is good. Just saying, yeah. Where is he? P12 at the moment.
What I like about Spice Boy is that he really does love mixing it,
Lap
and
60.
he's the expert at mixing these things. And he not only mixes it with the Mercedes, but also with the FIA.
It's close.
And with Michael Massey. They love to,
Giovinazzi passes Latifi.
they love to just stick a few spanners in the works.
Who doesn't as well? As Megan said as well, Giovinazzi goes to 14th, and Latifi down to 15th place now on the board as well. And Formula Emilia has just put on a thing saying as well. She says Mick is so far behind that right now he's still navigating Eau Rouge as well. Was he 1.12? He's a full lap behind nearly. As the Dutch fans still passionate 60 laps later to where when they start as well.
I think they're
3
getting a bit
laps?
nervous as well, though.
Yeah.
He's 3 laps behind.
Oh, Schumacher's 3 laps down. Is that right?
Verstappen's tyres have come back in.
Yeah.
That's just the gap
Between the interval, yeah.
between each driver.
Yeah, Schumacher's 3 laps down in this race right now. Kubica's 2. Vettel's 2. In fact, everyone, Giovinazzi down is 2. Schumacher 3. Oh, Hamilton!
Tyres are starting to drop off, man.
Okay, copy.
Yes, I'm sure
Yeah,
they
we're
are,
reading
Lewis.
that as well.
Yeah, 3.1 seconds, and the gap was 1.3 as well.
Now, Bottas has to hold up Gasly.
It's all coming together, isn't it?
It's not going to
Yeah.
be very difficult. I mean, there is quite a large gap between the two.
Tell you what, that's increasing as well, isn't it? Big time. Vettel passed Latifi, so they swap back. So Latifi's dropped back at the moment, isn't it? Let's take a look at the driver tracker, because it's magically still working somehow. And yeah, it's trying to switch up now, isn't it?
Yeah, and what would we
Isn't
said
Mick on
between
there?
60 and 62 they would
Yeah.
change. And if honestly, I do feel that Red Bull will change if Mercedes change.
How refreshing has it been after 3 races in a row where we've had a red flag? We've only had 1 yellow in this race, no safety cars, no red flag. It's been quite refreshing, and it's been a good Grand Prix as well. I feel we're going to leave here very satisfied. We've had a great Grand Prix.
I think Mick is on there. I think he's just mixed in with Kubica.
Yeah, you're right. He is. Yeah, he's with Kubica on the circuit. Here we go then. This is Hamilton. I think, yeah, Hamilton. No, that's not Hamilton. Who is that? It's Vettel trying to get ahead. Nope, correction. It's Stroll, who's in P13, trying to get a Russell, who's in P12. They keep switching over positions now on the board with
I love that
11 to
banking.
go.
That banking is just it gives great pictures.
Turn
Bet it'd be
threes.
terrible in a flood, though.
Why? Perfect. Don't need to stop the race, just go up high.
Though if
I've driven
you
over
crash
the Pennines in the rain.
lower down, then you're just going to be going into a load of water.
I tell you what, Josh, you'll remember when you go over the Pennines in the rain, you've got every few yards, you've got little rivers coming across you.
Yes, you decided to take us up there in a massive Renault Espace van,
Was I
which
alive?
which had no brakes and was full up to the stuff with university gear.
Had brakes.
Your handbrake failed. It had brakes, but it had handbrakes. So you
Well, very good.
No, you took us up there in a full.
What do you need? Excuse me, it's an automatic.
were
It's
you
a
just about to
3 litre
say, do you
V8
need
automatic.
brakes?
Why did you need a handbrake?
Because it was the manual. when this happened, when it was raining?
Because it's a car.
It was the manual Aspas when this happened.
You still don't need a handbrake.
No, but still,
It's a car.
Just 2 seconds. You took us up there in a Aspas that was full up with university stuff, in wet weather with no handbrake
With a
and
baby in
skidding.
You just stick the main brake on, turn it towards the.
3.8.
Verstappen being told the gap is 3.
I think his tyres are done.
Verstappen on the radio. Is he complaining about something? Yeah, his tyres are done.
And if you drop 800 feet, you just it just knocks about a minute and a half to 2 minutes off your time of going over the Pennines, doesn't it?
Drop 200
Silence.
feet.
It
Not
was
death.
horrible. It
You
was
two
horrible.
were in the car. You were saying about
Dad,
Wait.
Danny Rick.
All 5 of us were in
Danny
the car.
Rick. You were saying about when
Wait a minute,
Danny
was this
Rick
when
was
Dino
dropping
went to
oil
uni?
on the things. You two
on.
were in the car in Leicester when we hit in the rain when we hit the oil on the roundabout and span round and round.
Wait.
That was
Don't
great.
don't shout, please. You'll peak it.
Wait, how old was I?
A baby.
You were a
Kelly,
baby.
wait, when Kellyanne went to uni, I was what?
0 and 1.
I was 5 months old.
You were 0,
No,
1,
actually,
2.
no. I was 4 and a little bit, a very tiny bit months old.
Yes, everyone was in the car that day.
Message from Kellyanne: don't tell people my age.
34.
I never mentioned Kellyanne's age.
35.
No.
34.
I suppose people.
Yellow,
work
yellow,
out.
yellow. Sorry.
Oh, yay.
Who's that off the track then?
Oh,
And
is
they're on
it
again.
back in again?
Well, yeah, not sure who it is. We'll go green. So it was a very small yellow. Whoever it was.
Whoever went off, go off again.
I'll take a look and see who it is on the monitor here. We're not getting any information on our driver
You can just
trackers.
imagine when we were spinning round and round, little 5-month-old Megan going, "Yeah, again."
Wait,
It was 2007.
wait, was that the same day?
No.
Your
No.
sister was in Nottingham.
I feel like
Right,
she's going to be the
your
death of me.
sister was waiting for us in Nottingham, and they obviously made us late in a thunderstorm,
Yeah.
and she was soaked.
She was doing
Took 3 days for my car to dry out.
she was doing an exam. Not sure what that yellow flag
So
was about.
Hamilton
then.
still has the fastest lap, and the actually just 1/10 in the last lap was the difference between the two of them. So Hamilton's tyres coming back in again, just like Max's did over the last 3 laps.
Is it too late though? 8 to
yeah.
go.
So we're on 64 now. They won't change now. It
Radio.
was
That's Sainz being told that Alonso's coming on the track.
if anybody
He was right.
changes now, it would be to get the fastest lap, and Lewis has already got it at the
Yeah.
moment.
And Alonso is closing on Sainz as well, over 6th place as well. The gap 8/10 between them at the moment, so that is closing in as well.
Everyone below the top 4 has been lapped.
WTF1 are actually on site there in Zandvoort. They managed to get a paddock pass. Is that Mick just getting out of the way of everybody? Mick's now 4 laps down on the monitor. But yeah, so it's going well there as well. So WTF1 are currently celebrating with loads of Dutch fans out there as well. So that's a Dutch treat for them as well.
And he's a lap behind Kubica.
Lap behind Kubica.
Was it Beth is saying about the next time she goes to a Grand Prix, she'll take a sign saying Sebastian Vettel brakes for animals. Who was it? Well, Lewis braked for an animal once, didn't he?
Roscoe.
Dogs in Turkey last year.
Dogs in
Yeah.
Turkey, and I remember years ago that happening, and I remember Iannone in Australia. Wasn't it Iannone who got a seagull that hit his
Yes.
visor?
Australia, Phillip Island, you're right. Yeah, he hit the.
Did he
hit
nurse
him.
it back to hell?
No, it died.
No, it died.
that's-
He gave a Glasgow kiss to the thing at 200 miles an hour. It's a little bird. It's not going to survive that.
I've just been
He
practicing.
didn't do it on purpose, by the way. Anybody who's
Yeah.
listening.
I've practiced. I've got. I've already
It was
thought.
actually very scary for when we was watching it.
Yes, it was. I remember. I've just practiced my little end speech as well for the end of the race as well. I've got the few words in Dutch for the end.
Yeah, so we want Lewis to catch.
You
Max.
hang on.
No,
I'm not having
me-
this.
You want Lewis
No,
to catch?
I'm
no.
not. Hang on. Sorry, just for legal reasons, I'm not having this because this is on in America
No,
as well.
me and Invincible 2004 want Lewis to catch Max and take the Dutchie on the left-hand side.
Go mode 6.
That's Russell on the radio. Speak for yourself. This is Verstappen, who has a lock-up.
I was speaking for me and Invincible 2004.
Yes, I don't care who wins.
I know,
I know what you lot are like.
It's a flat spot
Track-
on
oh,
Max's
sorry.
tyres.
Yeah, and track surface slippery at turn 2, as well as Perez and Lando Norris side by side again. Norris trying to go around the outside down towards turn 7 and 8, so they've really caught up now. Lots of sand on the track. That's why the slippery surface flag's out there as well. But Perez goes to P9. Norris now down to 10th place as well, so he did manage to catch in. I bet Sergio is happy now at the moment.
So, right, it's going to be great next year when we have 2 Brits in a Mercedes.
It's going to happen, isn't it?
Who are you two going to support then?
Nobody, because we remain impartial. Well, I do anyway.
Well, I do
I've been
remain
to impartial. The cafes are
remain-
closed in the lunch hour.
I do remain impartial. I don't expect Alonso to win.
Could be gravel
Not putting pressure on
around
him.
turn 1. You've got 3 cars going through it before you.
Perez.
Just take care on your first way through.
Oh, whoa.
That was very not fair, and they hit!
They did hit rear tyre.
Norris never gave any room to
That
Sergio.
was a replay of him trying to hold him up.
So,
And
yeah,
watch this.
Lando squeezed him off the track.
Little
Oh,
kiss
oh!
of the back and the front wheels by Lando.
Front right wheel of Perez to rear left wheel of Lando Norris, and Lando almost going up in the air there. That was almost a very big accident. That's what the yellow flag was for as well.
Lando managed to get both.
Yeah.
Both back and front, right and side tyres.
Oh, and I thought I'd drive a truck and stop. Yeah. It's lap 67 of 72. There is 5 laps to go here at the Dutch Grand Prix. It's now only the top 3 in this race who's on the lead lap.
So we know who's on the podium.
But yeah, Beth says as well.
A kangaroo.
Yeah, seagulls go to Bathurst and watch a roo fly through the windscreen of a V8 Falcon on the way through the cutting. Yeah, I've seen that.
Box.
Valtteri's pitting.
Well, he's not like he's got the time.
Well, here he is, look. So this is a fastest lap run. Now, why are Mercedes trying to take the fastest lap away from their own driver? Every point matters in this championship. So why is Bottas putting on a set of softs now to try and obviously take the fastest lap? It's a slow rear right tyre. It's not gone off. And that is a 5-second stop. Did they get it going at the end as well? I think they did, yeah.
Well, at least
Confusion.
letting him get something.
Traffic light system, Ted's saying as well, didn't go. So that's what Ted's just reported over the radio as well.
You see, Verstappen is now lapping. His tyres are going off again, and Lewis is now lapping at 1:13.8, and Verstappen's last lap was 1:14.4. So this changing of the tyres for Bottas doesn't make sense.
Bottas
Here he
radio.
is.
So you're on the soft, we're going to +1. We're not going for fastest.
Why not?
So Lewis will
it's gone
a free
down
stop
to
at the end.
9 seconds.
What? Lewis is stopping again. Lewis, Bottas, you didn't hear that, but Bottas has just said as well, we're not going for fastest lap. This is just to secure us to the end. Hamilton is stopping again to secure that fastest lap. So Hamilton is going to stop and give up the battle to Verstappen. They did this, didn't they? I can't remember when. Austria. They did it in Austria.
Yeah,
and
that creates a gap for him to come in and a free stop.
Wait.
Oh, Bottas.
But what happens if something goes wrong? You've lost the game.
Tyre vibrations.
He did say.
And now Bottas has got tyre vibrations as well, so it's all playing up factors here, isn't it?
Yeah, so why bring Lewis
hang
in?
on, wait, sorry.
I think that's a false.
Hang on, one co-commentator
radio.
at a time, please. You first. You first, Dad. Go.
Why do that? I think that's false.
Megan.
I was just going to say if Lewis did stop again, it's not like he's going to be giving up second position because he has a 52-second gap to Bottas.
But Bottas has just taken the fastest first sector of anyone at 24.7 of the race. So is he just going to go for anyway?
If they want to pit someone, then they pit Lewis.
If Bottas actively takes the fastest lap bonus point away from Hamilton, basically at the moment, Verstappen and Hamilton are separated by 3 points in the title. If it finishes like it is now with Hamilton the fastest lap, that gap will remain at 3 points. But if Bottas takes this, Verstappen will be 4 points ahead.
Take it.
Every point matters.
And if Bottas does disagree...
Please abort the fastest lap attempt for the end of that.
Right, so he's gone
He's done it! Please abort the fastest lap until the end of the race, but he's done it.
Too late.
Bottas has disobeyed team orders. A 1:12.549. He's just taken the fastest lap.
Welcome
New
to
lap
the new
record.
change. Welcome to the new change in drivers at Mercedes.
This is Bottas saying goodbye.
George will be in next week.
New lap record goes to Valtteri Bottas with a 1:12.549.
Lewis is in.
I need that extra point, guys.
Yeah, and now,
I think we're on it.
and away now goes Hamilton.
Box.
Hamilton's changed tyres. They need that extra point. It was a 3.5 second stop. But Bottas with a 1:12.549, he took that point away from Lewis. And now Lewis has had to give up the shot of chasing down Verstappen. Verstappen, with 2 laps to go, has a 24-second lead. He has won the Dutch Grand Prix. Hamilton's now going to push like mad on the last lap. Hope he doesn't hit traffic, which he won't. He's ahead of everybody. And then try and get that bonus point away.
Yeah, though it's looking unlikely because that was a new lap record.
I would love to be a fly on the wall in Toto's office after this race.
He's banging that desk, isn't he?
I bet this was just like Bottas thinking, I don't have to do what they say.
They can't sack
I'm
me.
leaving anyway.
Yeah, they can't sack him.
me.
It's like they can't exactly do anything. They've already signed George.
Listen to the Dutch fans coming off the start-finish straight as Verstappen
Presumably.
starts this last lap.
They are ready to do the
Listen!
celebrations.
Listen to that!
Well done, Max. He's driven a great race, and it's been a great little battle between him and Lewis. Bottas has thrown the spanner in the works, and I think he's thrown the dummy out the pram. But
Yeah, this is him no longer playing the team game. He played it in the first half of the race, hasn't played it in the second. He's currently taking that bonus point away. We're all now looking at Lewis's first sector time and praying it's purple, because otherwise, Bottas...
You're praying it's purple, I'm praying it's not.
Bottas might be out of a job. That's the only reason I'm praying it's purple, because we do not want Valtteri out of a job for the rest of the season.
I
Where'd he
just
go?
want Valtteri to just
Oh,
show that
it's-
they made a mistake.
It's only personal best, Sector 1, 24/7. He's down by 200.
Alonso passes Sainz.
So Alonso now goes to P6. But look at this. The Dutch fans go into raptures. Listen to the crowd.
Want to be a Dutchman. So
Through the stadium sector, the Dutch fans go
That's brilliant.
wild.
He also goes in pits.
it's like when Lewis won it.
Onto the banking as well. Max Verstappen, the race is only on this calendar because of him. He looks to the crowd, he says, debanked, and wins the Dutch Grand Prix. Max Verstappen, and Holland erupts. His local hero has done it. Max Verstappen brilliantly wins the Dutch Grand Prix. Lewis Hamilton is coming to the line. Is it the fastest lap?
Lewis has got the fastest lap.
1:11.097
Lap
in a
record.
sea of fog. Bottas is in 3rd place as well. So the gap came in being 3 points. It leaves being 3 points. But Max Verstappen in his home country
Great
for
race.
the first time wins the Dutch Grand Prix. Fabulous race. Fabulous race.
Not a lot of overtaking, but great race. I
Valtteri's
enjoyed
gonna
that
get
start
a
to finish.
talking to.
Megan,
Valtteri's going to get a talking to by the end of this.
let's hear from the race winner.
A really, really mature drive. What a present to your fans. Race win. Well done, mate. That was epic. That was epic. You've won your home race. You were brilliant today. Enjoy this lap and enjoy the podium.
Thank you very much, guys. Amazing strategy. We were really sharp today. And nice pushing 72 laps here. I love it. Great job, guys.
Great race.
What absolute brilliance. The Dutch fans have exploded, and I literally mean that. The amount of orange smoke that has surrounded that pit straight, you can hear them cheering over the headphones as well. Fantastic race, and Russell dropped to 17th place.
He went into the pit lane and
He's
Ryan's got
retired.
an X.
Russell's retired. On the last lap, Russell retired from the Grand Prix. And that gives Norris a point in 10th.
And I've just got to say,
sorry, listen,
Valtteri's going to
listen.
get a talking
slows down
to.
into the grandstand section.
Just listen
Arena
to
section.
the crowd. They are rocking and rolling tonight. Unbelievable. The title fight is so on. Let's hear from Lewis.
Guys, they were just too fast this weekend and today. I gave it absolutely everything. But thank you so much for all the hard work, as always.
No, thanks, Lewis. Yeah, we knew you'd give it your all. But yeah, great drive. And we're going to be bouncing back in Monza. Double hard.
Mercedes like Monza. Does Monza like Mercedes? That's the question. Probably not, thinking about it.
I was thinking no.
It must have been a rush of blood for Bottas. Bottas is a nice lad.
Yeah.
Why he's done that? He's risked. I don't think Toto's too much of a gentleman to sack him.
Mid-season, yeah.
I could hear his voice. He was just like, why not?
The guys above Toto. I know Toto's one of the part owner, but the guys above Toto will not be happy with what Valtteri did.
No, they will not.
And the last time it happened in MotoGP, the lad got sacked on the spot.
Vinales, yeah.
Yeah, Vinales.
They now climb up. Look at that. Let's listen.
The only Dutch driver to win a
Just listen to that.
So he's gonna have
They absolutely love him. The race is only on the calendar because of Max Verstappen. Simple as. He's the only Dutch driver to ever win the Dutch Grand Prix. And he gets the flag. And let's listen. Holland ignites.
I kind of wish we were out there.
But Jensen Button saying, kind of wish he was out there.
I'll tell you what this reminds me of.
Yeah.
When what's with the British Grand Prix where they all came swarming on the track when Nigel won.
Yeah, Mansell Mania.
Mansell Mania, that's the last time we had such a devotion. We've had drivers that the fans have been devoted to, but not 95% of the people watching.
It's nearly the entire country who
Max
enjoys
has
him.
forgotten to take that off.
Yeah, he hasn't taken his helmet off at the moment, has he? Well, he hasn't been wagered either, so he's got to be careful. But Matt Gallagher, the presenter and commentator on WTF1 and F1 TV, is at Zandvoort. He's in the grandstands, and he says as well, it's absolutely erupted. He's never known noise like it. As the cars came across the line, the crowd were louder than the cars. And those cars are loud compared to normal things. Unbelievable.
He should try scoring at Anfield in front of the cop.
Yeah, that would be it, wouldn't it? Oh, what a party atmosphere as well. We all knew. So Hamilton's now won his Grand Prix at Silverstone, and Verstappen's won his Grand Prix at the Dutch Grand Prix. It's all go, isn't it? We've only got, let's see, we've got Italy, Russia, Turkey, USA, Mexico, Brazil. A race to be confirmed that's going to be Qatar at the Losail circuit. And then we've got Saudi Arabia. And then we've got Abu Dhabi. This title fight is going down to the wire. It's the first season with 2 home winners since 2014. Verstappen is the first driver other than Hamilton to win the home race since Nico Rosberg did it at the 2014 German Grand Prix.
Jeez. You can see every single driver that passes is just like congratulating them. There goes Perez congratulating him.
Mick, with that special helmet to his father.
Well, it's not only Max. The Dutch have got their Grand Prix back.
Yeah.
And Guido and Robert, the 2 former F1 drivers in recent years.
Robert Dornbach, yeah.
Yeah. They have had a hell of a weekend. They've been treated like kings.
Yeah. Speaking of Robert Dornbach.
Robert Dornbach is...
he's talking down now with the drivers. Let's listen to Max.
Max Verstappen, you have just won the Heineken Dutch Grand Prix in front of the royal family and this amazing crowd. What does this mean to you?
As you can hear already, it's just incredible. Of course, the expectations were very high going into the weekend, and it's never easy to fulfill that. But
I'm not there. I was supposed to be.
Here, to take the lead as well in the championship. It's just an amazing day with just the whole crowd. Yeah, it's incredible.
Max, you had an amazing start. You didn't put a foot wrong. The team strategically also did a great job countering Mercedes. Could have anything gone better for you, or is it just the perfect day out of your career?
It's definitely a very good day. I mean, start was very important. I think we did that well. Then, of course, Mercedes tried to make it very difficult for us. But,
oh my God!
Did he even lose the lead?
No, not once.
I'm really pleased with the whole team performance.
Impressive.
Lights
Well
to
done,
flag.
Congratulations, you're leading the World Championship again, and enjoy this amazing crowd. Thank you, guys. This is awesome.
Yeah, you're right. Hamilton came in leading by 3 points. It now switches around. And a big round of applause also for Lewis Hamilton. I suspect that might turn to boos in a second.
No, I don't think from this crowd.
Hard work out there.
It's quite a few Lewis.
What a race, what a crowd. Honestly, it's been
Sergio
an amazing
Perez,
weekend. Max did a great job. Congratulations to him.
It's cheers.
It's cheers because they agree that
it
these are the
absolutely
2
everything
best
today.
drivers in the world at the moment.
Pushed as hard as I could.
And they appreciate that,
but
just
they were
like we
too
did at
quick for us.
Silverstone.
So I've had an amazing time here in Holland, thanks to the crowd. So thank you so much for having us.
Congratulations with P2. I mean, you've been so close. 1.5 seconds, 2 seconds behind Max. Always looking. It looked like rush hour out there. Take us through the traffic.
Yeah, I'm gonna call him Noah from now on, man. Just every time he got traffic, they just moved out of the way.
Beth, you stole your joke.
And, it was very hard to navigate through all the traffic, but they just had that upper edge, and it's very hard to follow here.
And the last lap, you came in for extra set of tires, obviously to get the point for fastest lap. Well done. Was it like a mini qualifying session for you?
The last lap was one of the best parts of the race for me, because this track is just incredible on a single lap, low fuel. This is now one of my favorite tracks, so I'm looking forward to coming back next year.
I can see you smiling. Congrats with P2. Well done. Amazing.
So Verstappen now leads by 224.5.
For Valtteri Bottas.
And even a cheer for Valtteri.
Valtteri, congratulations with your podium. I mean, you've been on the podium before. You won the Marlboro Masters many years ago.
He did, didn't he? Yeah,
take
all
us
those
through
years
your
ago.
race. You're happy with P3?
Yeah, unfortunately for me,
He's
pretty
now 21 drives in
uneventful,
the
and obviously
championship.
kept
Oh, yeah.
pushing, but we tried a one stop, so I went for a long first stint and tried to survive with the tires till the end. But at the end, we had quite a big gap behind me, so we just made a stop for safety basically. So I mean, yeah, we tried, but we just didn't quite have pace today.
Did you enjoy, as your teammate, the sort of new tire run near the end to get the point for fastest lap?
Yeah, I didn't go for the fastest lap, but Lewis got it. So, but yeah, as a team, we got solid points.
Yes,
you've done a
you
great
did.
job. Should be happy and enjoy the crowd here.
Yeah,
they're also here for you.
It's cool. Yeah, they've
Got
been
the
really supportive.
fastest
So
lap
thank you.
and lost it.
You're welcome.
And I tell you what, I've just
Beth says she wins against us 7-1. Right.
In terms of the battles, yeah.
But she must remember that she asked the questions.
Yes, she knew the answers.
She knew the answers.
And,
Sergio Perez gets driver of the day.
And also, she's talking about clogs. When I was a teenager, I had a set of clogs, as the Dunkel Yeah, and like black leather slip-on things, and I could run in them.
Oh, right. Oh, dear.
Oh, there she
Jerry
is.
Halliwell. Or Jerry Horner now. Beth's also saying, I think Lewis meant every word of that. And Invincible said, glad for him to have won his home Grand Prix. Absolutely agree.
And Beth, I thought you would say about the fact that if the guy waving the checkered flag was a famous Dutch DJ.
Who's doing a set after this. It's live on YouTube as well, right at the same time as our forum show.
Yeah, but both the two famous DJs have been doing this.
As well.
Yes, and his mother.
There they are. But not him, but we all know who he is.
Yeah.
But
tell by the thing on
there
the
they
side.
are, just on the outside there, on the exit of the track as well. Victoria Verstappen, who is had a baby boy, and
Who
now is
is that
pregnant with another baby
gentleman
girl. Look familiar. I know his name.
He's not
footballer. He's a famous a Dutch footballer.
Is he?
Yeah.
What, the
Either
guy that's
that-
just shown?
Yeah.
He had a crown on the side of his
Yeah,
mask.
I thought it was I thought it was the prince.
Yeah, I thought it was.
Is the crowd prince?
I know the royals are there.
I'll look it up.
They're on the podium, Megan. There's no point to list them up as well. Anyway, it's time for the podium procession then to come on as well.
Maybe it's just
There's
a
your full
royal.
race result. Valtteri Bottas finishes third. It's podium number 62 for him. Lewis Hamilton, podium 175. For Max Verstappen, it's number 17 victory as well. And it is up there for what is going to be Holland going into raptures with the Dutch flag around him as well. On his home circuit in the Netherlands, it is the Dutch national anthem. And the cheers go all around, and it's live performed, so we will be quiet. What a race! The entire of the Netherlands is watching this right now, and I think, much like England were at the end of the Euros when they got into the final, they will all be very, very drunk tonight. And I think now as well, this is pre-recorded, so we'll have to talk over it.
Yeah, and the person with the crown on the side was King Wilhelm of the Netherlands.
Yeah, King Willem Alexander. He's so patriotic that his hair colour is the same as Holland's favourite colour, orange.
And he has the little crown on the side of his blue mask.
Beth's saying, "Oh my God, is that Mel Beckham?" How many things can get wrong? It's Jerry Horner, Jerry Halliwell. Beth's also saying, few people realise that the main reason Williams F1 was sold by the family is because Claire wanted to spend more time on her... what was that? I can't read that.
On her...
boring career, was it?
No,
I can't read that.
Burgeoning career in the Berlin industrial DJ scene.
Oh, right. Apparently she is known for high BPM energy trace and huge bass drops.
Well, to be honest...
is Max wearing clogs? Yes, he is.
What?
To be honest, if you give Claire enough drinks, I suppose she could do any dance.
Wait, Max wearing clogs?
I don't know if he's changed. I think he is. The Austrian national anthem then on there for the team as they all get ready to boast as well. Holland's about to cheer once again as Max Verstappen will take his trophy. Listen, just listen to this. Ready, steady, up he goes. Massive cheers around. It's recycled. It's actually recycled glass bottles of Heineken that have been moulded once again in there. And that was definitely not the chief executive of Heineken. They keep getting it wrong as well. Red Bull, get the constructors.
It's on the blink.
It's on the blink. Yeah, the software's on the blink, isn't it?
No, that's the guy who just presented the constructors trophy.
Oh, yeah.
His name is On the Blink. Mr. Here on the Blink.
I'll take your word for that.
That's an odd name.
Yeah, I'm not
Dutch,
going there.
so I wouldn't understand the meaning of the names.
Lewis Hamilton takes second place as well in his situations as we wait to see what's happening next.
I remember Nico trying and Ted trying the Heineken 0-0 and saying it's a bit sweet and it's not very nice. But I don't drink, so I don't know.
And now it's champagne time! What a race here in the Netherlands as well. Absolutely fantastic. After 37 years, we've returned and it has been absolutely fantastic. Wasn't an overtaking classic, but it certainly was absolutely a chess game. Mind over machine as well. Tyre strategies, team politics playing a factor as well. Hamilton getting that fast at that point. Hamilton came in 3 points ahead of Verstappen. He leaves Zandvoort 3 points behind Verstappen. It's swing advantage to Red Bull as the triple header continues next time out at the Italian Grand Prix at the Cathedral of Speed at Monza. Who's your pick there, Dad?
At Monza,
yeah.
Lewis.
Megan?
I'm gonna go for an odd one, Gasly.
Gasly, good spot there. So the drivers get together to take the photograph as well, and all just get nicely positioned together as Hamilton soaks Verstappen as well. in the Ferrari champagne.
He puts it right down his back.
Johnny
as well.
Herbert says that when you win your home Grand Prix, it is. I mean, that alluded Jensen, didn't it?
He did. He never won the British Grand Prix. No.
DC did, didn't he?
Twice.
Yeah.
2009.
You get a sense of that's what you dreamed of from when you were a little boy, and
God,
you know, it's.
I love we can play this.
Yeah. When you were a little boy, that's what you dream of, winning your home Grand Prix.
Absolutely. Not long left then. Megan, driver of the day, please. Is there even any action as to who's driver of the day today?
Verstappen, though the official one's Perez.
Driver of the day, definitely Sergio Perez. Next, talk us through the coverage details for next weekend.
At the Heineken Italian Grand Prix, it's September 10th till 12th.
Yep, we'll be there as well.
Yeah.
Myself and Dad will be there. Dad, who's your driver of the day? Do we even need to ask?
My driver of the day, right?
As the music
my driver of the
quiets
day is Lewis and Max did a really good job. Bottas didn't.
Yeah.
Right? But my driver of the day goes to Perez.
Oh.
Who from the pit lane got 8th.
Hold on. Is hell frozen over? Yeah. To be fair, though.
No, it still feels warm.
From the pit lane.
No. Perez did an amazing job today.
He did,
Yes.
Shame
It's
for
a mix
Russell.
And he enjoyed it.
It's
He
a
did,
mix between both Red Bulls.
Shame for Russell to be down in 17th out of the race as well. Williams ending their scoring
So
points today.
I picked Perez, Lewis, Max.
In the order.
And when I get to the bottom, I'll pick Bottas.
Fantastic. Okay. Join us again, 15 minutes time as well. In fact, precisely 15 minutes. We timed that really well for the end of the race. 15 minutes, myself and you will do the forum show, as I told you about.
Nico, yes,
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah,
I
I told
remember him saying that you are doing it.
I remember to start the show.
Nico just about to ask Toto there he goes.
Let's have a listen.
Yes.
There was 3 back markers you dropped him in.
Yeah, so we didn't time it right there. I mean, at the end, you're always more clever. We didn't expect them to go on the hard tire because it was an unknown. We didn't drive the hard tire on the Friday, and we thought we might be pushing them early with the soft, but it is what it is.
Yeah, so they made a
Nico
mistake.
clearly fuming about that decision that they effectively lost the race for Lewis.
Right, that's it. We're all out of time. We'll be back 15 minutes in time as well for our wrap-up show, the live forum. So we've got more time to chill throughout the day as well. My thanks to Megan, my thanks to Ian Birch as well. My thanks to all of you for watching. It is a fantastic day to be a Dutchman because it's Max Verstappen who has said danke to the team as well, danke to the fans as well, and it has been fantastic. Tulips of Amsterdam. I think it's about to be Verstappen of Zandvoort. Bye for now.